What is up, everybody? Alright, so first off, see, this is what's bad. Because of sleep apnea, sometimes 7 a.m. is not tomorrow for me. But yeah, hopefully that won't be a permanent state of affairs. Anyways, yeah, we're on the... I don't know, there's no name for this account because it's not supposed to be streamed in the first place, you know, but it does make me want story replay pretty bad. But yeah, I gotta get this account up to, you know, America or Camelot pretty much, so might as well stream it. Have some fun along the way. Oh yeah, if people want to, when we do get to bosses, what we'll do is we're gonna use really scuffed units, and I mean really scuffed units. So if you want to send me an invite, right, and slot things that are incredibly weak, you know, we're talking like level 10, you know, 3-star craft essence, that kind of nonsense. You know, I'll add people and then I'll use them for the bosses. But I'm gonna remove everybody at the end of every stream and then just re-add people, because when I'm not streaming, I need it to just be my accounts. That way I can always summon myself. I should probably change that craft essence. Level 100 Phantom is weak. What do you mean? I know, right? Man, that was rough for Lily yesterday. That was tough. Okay, these are just trash mobs, I think, so I'll just Beowulf them over. I should really make a command for this account's friend code, but I mean, we're not going to stream it often at all. Because, like, if I get to Gwaine, I'm going to stay at Gwaine until I make a video for it. Until I'm like, oh, hey, it'd be good if I did this versus Gwaine. And, like, I'm probably going to stay, like, when I get to Lantoria and Camelot, I'll probably stay there until Lantoria gets an animation update, and then I do like Mordred versus the new Lantoria or something like that, right? This account is not for, you know, blitzing through the game. It's for allowing me to make videos when I kind of want to. But there's nothing video worthy until at least America, but probably not until Camelot, so don't give a shit about this stuff. Yeah, it's because Darius is in it for such a short period of time. You literally just run across him and you kill him and he's dead. That's it. There's no factions. There's no, you know, it's... God, Septim is such a bad story, dude. And what sucks is it has potential with all these, like, different leaders and armies and stuff. But it's just so ABC that it's wasted. But Nero is so cool, right? Yeah, that's the story right there. I don't think it would take too much work to update Lion King's sprite because, you know, it's basically a costume for Lantoria, but it is more work for them. That's why I feel like, though, they're going to make it a costume for real, so if they bother to update it, they can make some use of it, so hopefully that'll happen. Everything leveling. If I was a Nero fan, I think I would dislike Septim even more, right? Like, I don't need a fucking story where Ku's the main character and then it's a bunch of, you know, tell and don't show, and they're just constantly saying how awesome Ku is, but he never does anything awesome. Like, they don't have him use his runs, they don't have him do anything. Like, nothing happens. It's just, they're always saying he's so awesome, and then you have all these characters that shouldn't like Ku saying Ku's awesome for some fucking reason, and then, you know, Ku beats Gilgamesh just cause fuck it, and then he beats Saver, and then he, you know, just none of that. I don't need any of that, right? That's bullshit. That would, it's actually worse, right? I think if you like the character when they do that kind of thing. Like, what a waste. Do you all think the extra remake is going to, like, use the same script as the original, or do you think they're gonna rewrite a lot of it? I mean, there's never really been anything that pointed to Nero being the Beast. It's mainly like fans reading too much into it, and you know they'll probably run with it because it's been such a thing. But it's actually a pretty fundamental misunderstanding of the Whore of Babylon and all that. But welcome to FGO or just Fate in general. People don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Yeah, I would imagine same script because lol lazy. They'll probably rewrite a few key parts. I would think that they kind of have to. That makes sense to me. I don't know why I didn't cast Charisma sooner. Can Asterios do 4K? Part of a Brave Chain? Eh. Pushing it. Level 30 and all. There you go. 5K though. Anyone want to take a guess how many times in the last 2 days I've seen a comment roughly of another account question mark? It's like, can we be like, Jesus, oh shit, this is a boss. Fuck. It's another Berserker one. The Berserker ones are almost like impossible to have any fun with at this level because they either just one-shot you, right, or you go like level 20 or something and then you just crush them. So this may not be that worth doing, but we'll try it anyway. I feel like we're gonna need someone with a survival skill. It's getting to the point where it's like Arknight's music. All right, let's see what we got here. That's a scuffed part. Why can't that be regular Ku though? Then he has guts. It's so much better. Like no matter what level range it is, I swear to God, the regular Ku is just so much better than Proto Ku, which feels bad because Proto Ku actually is really cool. That is. Wait, Zerp, why do you have... Wait a minute. Zerp, please explain yourself. Why do you have an account that's level 127 that has a level 1 mash? What's going on here? That's not the kind of scuff I was expecting to see there. I am confused. That's the 4-star mash too. That's not the 3-star mash. That's the 4-star mash. What the fuck? Okay, well that's not scuffed there at all. Let me put my friend code up so people can actually see. I guess we'll go with Proto Ku then, 'cause it's pretty much all we got. He'll lose though. He will lose horribly because yeah, he'll just get like one shot. Esports Smash, yep. If anybody wants to put up their like level 10, you know, whatever units. Wait, is Rex here? It's normally when we get the wacky polls that are wasting channel points. I'm not here, you're imagining things? Okay, good to clear that up. Didn't I just add? Don't make me slot my own scuffed unit, I'll do it. Huh, I swear I just added somebody, but I guess not. Alright, time for me to use one of my scuffed units, I suppose. This is what the George is for. I probably need to level them a little bit at this point. Okay, now, let's try a level 30. No, 30 might be too much. Let's see, where do we want Kojiro to be? He is a 1-star. What are his stats compared to, like, Caesar here? So much lower. We'll keep him at 20. We'll see if he can handle it at 20. Alright, try to keep this day 1. Not that button, god damn it, game. Technically not a day 1 CE. Do I have a green-black key? I do. It's level 1. Yikes. Fuck it. Alright, there we go. The power. But I'm MP5, so... That is the advantage, though. That's why Kojiro was the savior of France, because you could get him MP5 like it was nothing, right? Even day one, when it was harder to do that kind of stuff. He's... Especially, too, back then, because you didn't have other 1-stars in the pool to dilute it, so getting Kojiro to MP5 just took no effort, so... Where you'd probably... Your other assassins, even your 3-star ones, would be like MP1 and stuff. Let's see, what were the day 1 assassons? Let's see, because there was no 100 face. There was Curse Arm, but that's 2-star, not 3-star. What the hell was it? Let's see. Yeah, Phantom's 2-star as well as Hansen's 2-star. Those were in day 1. I'm thinking 3-star. What was the 3-star assassins day 1? Surely there was something, because Fuma was not day 1. 100 face was not day 1. I don't think Jinkei was day 1, or am I wrong about that? Let me look. Jinkei was day 1. Okay. Wow, Jinkei was the only 3-star assassin day 1. And chat, anyone want to take a guess as to what the second one was? It wasn't day 1. It wasn't day 1, but the next one they added was Jekyll and Hyde. Which, that's pretty far into the game, and it's also useless. When did they did not add, wow, so chat, they did not add a good 3-star assassin until Camelot. Pretty much. Or no, Fate, no, Zero collab. It's the Zero collab. They added 100 face with the Fate Zero collab. And then they added Fuma, and then they added Serenity. So yeah, nothing until Fate Zero collab, really. Everything else was garbage. So yeah, Kojiro was pretty much the free-to-play thing, because, you know, Jinkei sucks. So yeah, it was pretty much Kojiro and Curse Arm for a good while there. Yeah, I wish they would buff Hyde, but, you know. Let's see, Fuma was, I think he was the Rider Kentoki event, I think. I'm pretty sure it was an event, not a main story. And I'm pretty sure it was Rider Kentoki. I know it was one of the like Japanese style events for sure. Geronimo is significantly better off than Jekyll and Hyde. Not to be clear though, not that he's all that strong, but I don't want to kill 2 of these, because if I kill 2 of them, they only get to attack once per turn, and then George will never die, so... You have so little health though, the level 1 George is actually, wow, he's actually doing damage. Could you stop buffing and, I don't know, actually hit somebody? Okay, we're gonna have to let George get NP'd. That's pretty much the plan now. Fucking George Brave Chains over here are gonna kill people. So yeah, you can really see though why Kojiro was such a thing early on for free to play, because 1, it was harder to roll at all because rolling cost more, and the big one is leveling was so much slower. Like leveling up units was very slow in the early days. And yeah, there's no other real budget assassins worth a fuck other than Curse Arm, so... but Kojiro was definitely easier to get than Curse Arm. Like, you could get NP, you know, 3 Kojiro, like, just off the bat, because he's a 1-star. So is that... Because 1-stars really are noticeably easier to get than, 2-stars. It actually kind of sucks for 2-stars now, because they've added so many more 2-stars to the game that that automatically makes them harder to get individually, and then they were a bit harder to begin with, so it actually kind of sucks for them. Like, remember the newbie account, how long it took it to get copies of Pawns, for God's sakes? Assassin Shiki was obviously the K&K event, so... Okay, I need to take as little damage as possible. Maybe I'll get lucky and they'll buff. So sabers have a higher damage mod than archers, and that actually applies to the enemy mobs. And okay, I'll try to kill the level 20. Crit, please. Okay, did not crit, but didn't need it. Although I still would have preferred a crit because then we'd have made more crit stars. And what the fuck? Jesus. Why though? The crits, man. When skeletons scare you. Please buff. Please buff. Just buff yourself. Just buff. Just buff. Nope. Okay, well. At least he didn't crit me. Missing the danger tag, yeah. I could have done quick there. I should have. Oh boy. Fuck him up, Kojiro. Make a couple extra stars, and I mean a couple, with the attack buff. Deck him in the schnoz! The danger tag just means they do more damage, like relative to their, you know, normal status as a trash mob or whatever. Okay, that was excellent damage though for being level 20. Thank you, NP5. Don't you fucking guts, dude. I don't want to see that nonsense. Okay, here's the bad part. One of those trash mobs, pretty much no matter what I do, is going to get his NP. But if I don't evade here, Darius is going to fuck me up. We have triple crit. And Kojiro, even at level 20, man, without his buffs, is got a pretty... Look at this level 20 gameplay. Got this nice smooth curve for like NPs into crits and stuff. It's very nice. It's like he's got a good toolkit or something. Yes, yes. Oh my god, Kojiro, you fucking hero. Look at this man. 1 star and he's just shredding people. Okay, so I need the skeletons to not kill me this turn. If I kill one of them though, actually I could stop them from doing their NP, so I could have evaded. Although if I don't kill this one, then I may... Okay. Fuck. Okay, good thing I saved it. Although we can... Fucking Christ! I could have NP'd. I could have NP'd and then killed the other one. Bruh, you beat Darius, just smokes Darius, and then the skeleton is like, watch this snipe shot. Fucking 360 no scope. Took the arrow out of his eye, you know, and just blasted him. If I had health foes, we would have lived. Although he might have some health foes, but I know he does not have max, like not even close. Let's see what he's at. Oh, he's at, you know, 470, 560. It's a bit better than I thought. I wouldn't say that's good, but it's something. Alright, round 2. Skeleton B, please. And that saber one earlier that crit us. That's why we were already used the heal. Give me that bone. Never enough bones. Okay, if y'all could just kill George nice and smooth, that would be great. This is all very silly right now. Probably should have done art just to give Kojiro more NP gain, and I don't really want to crit next turn because I need these skeletons to live. Really? Look at all these horses, though. Keep the Lancer alive. He has a higher damage mod, and he is a higher level, and he has an attack up, so... Should do a noticeable amount more damage than the level, this level 16 pleb who actually survived, and never mind, he's just attack upping forever. Surely he's gonna NP with double attack up. Surely that will kill George. George didn't have his horse day 1 uninstall. Yep. We're a fraud. There we go. Like 2,000 damage actually. It's not bad. Can I do quick? That seems unnecessarily risky. I highly doubt they're going to change any of the stuff from the earlier game where he said he didn't have the horse. They're not gonna. They didn't fix that for Ku. Ku's bio to this day says in like FGO he can't materialize with his runs because the Chaldia summoning system sucks or something. Even though normally he would have them like in Fate Stay Night and Fate Hollow and everything else. But he has his fucking runs now because they gave him an animation update and he uses them in it. Right? I'm telling you, man, they don't know what the fuck they're doing, man. It's a shit show. And you got people trying to take like day 1 interludes like hard canon, man. It's pretty dumb. Do I NP here? Can I get my NP back in time? The problem with NPing here is I don't think I would do 4,000 damage to the one that's left. I get the 3 of a kind bonus and the extra attack, but I don't think that would do 4K. I mean, 3 of a kind bonus is strong. And then the question is, if there's only one guy left, I need art quick. It's not like I'm gonna get my NP again. Taking 3 turns to kill these guys, though, that's not great. Like that's not great. If I can kill, fuck, man. I don't think I'd do it. Maybe I can get to 200% overcharge. Buff. Damn it. At least he didn't crit me. I bet you that Archer has a higher crit chance than the Saber, but the Saber has a higher damage mod and attack up, so I think I go for him. I might need a crit to actually kill him though. Be close. Yeah, you got it. Do I heal that? Probably, because I think Darius will just shred us if I'm not at full health. Which means this isn't much better off than we were last time, really. Crap! I don't think he got it. Oh boy, thank you, crit. Oh, Boudica's interlude. Everything with Boudica just sucks, dude. Do you think they just don't like Boudica? Because like they absolutely disgrace her in Septum, and then it took them an unbelievable amount of time to give her an animation update, and then her animation update was not very good. And then like it's weird because she's decently popular for like a low star. She's pretty liked, but man, they've never used her again, right? A lot of other characters that were used day 1. Because pretty much anyone that was in a main story day 1 was used very poorly, right? That's pretty universal. But most of them they've revisited since then, at least once. I don't think they have with Boudica though, so... Kinda sucks. Yeah, and her buff sucked. Yeah, her buff was really not great. Okay, time for Kojo to blast him here. Got the crit buff, got the attack buff, made stars, and we're gonna make more stars. Can we get a double crit? 70% chance. It's a very rigged coin flip. I'm hopeful she'll be in Lost Belt 6 though. Fuck, we didn't crit. God damn it, man. Critting there would have been really important because it means we'd be way more likely to kill Darius right here. Now we might still kill Darius right here, but we might not. By the way, did I just have evade and then he like double buffed? Like that kind of Not so good. 90% on the Buster, which is the most important one to crit here. Woo! Okay, I think we're good. Nope, I don't think we're good. Fuck! Fuck! It's because we didn't crit with the... It's because we didn't crit with the 70%. I think we're gonna lose now. God damn it. The only way I don't lose is if I don't evade here. I have to somehow not... I have to not evade here and not die this turn, then evade next turn. That's the only way I win. If I evade this turn, I lose no matter what. Don't do it. Fuck. Just crit all the time. Just crit all the time. Fucking. You know what? Chat. I'm gonna be a bitch, and I'm gonna level. We're leveling up. Can you believe that? I'm gonna level up like 2 times. Look at this. I'm even using faux items. Look, wow, bronze XP cards already fall off. Holy crap, that's something. Going all the way to level 22. Shaking my head whale, yep. Okay, round 3, dude. What's the recommended level? What's the recommended level? 22! Oh, how about that, chat? I just leveled up to 22, right on the button. Let's see how truthful the game is here. I'm just following the guidelines. So, your name there, Pinwheel OP. Are you referring to Dark Souls Pinwheel? So, funny thing about Pinwheel in Dark Souls, he actually has one move that's actually good. It's actually a pretty nasty move. It's where he like instantly clones himself like 8 times, and all of the clones and himself fire like these streams of magic yellow piss shit. But he normally doesn't do it until he's really low in health, and normally he's Pinwheel for some reason just has like no health, and you can like 3-shot him so easily. That by the time he's in the health range to do that attack, you just kill him, and most players never even see it. But like that attack actually is pretty good. But yeah, Pinwheel was statted very poorly. He should have like 4 times the health that he has. The only time I've ever found Pinwheel kind of hard or interesting is if when you get out of the Undead Asylum, you just beeline it to Pinwheel. You just go straight, you don't pick up loot, you don't level, you get out of the Undead Asylum and you just go straight to Pinwheel, and then it feels like an actual boss fight. It's still, sadly, a little bit on the easy side, but then it's okay. But other than that, yeah, it's kind of a joke battle. Dude, day 1 Artoria. NA never got to see that, because NA had the updated Artoria from the get-go. Okay, I don't want to kill this guy too quick. If I have 2 turns, you have 2 turns, so I can let him get impede. What if someone crits though? Just don't crit, forehead. Damn it. We might accidentally kill him here. George extra attack versus using one of Kojiro's cards. Probably George. He's level 1 for God's sakes. George, don't fuck this up, buddy. George, don't crit. George, I specifically said he would. Why though? Because like earlier, Kojiro had a 70% chance to crit, and we would have won if he crit. So he basically had a 70% chance to win, and he didn't crit. And then George is over here with a 40% chance to crit, and he fucking crits. At least George was kind enough here not to take all of the cards. Damn it. You couldn't... You couldn't just hit George, right? God damn it. I like how not only do they, like, it'd be one thing if they buffed themselves, right, and they didn't kill George, but no, they hit Kojiro, right? They gotta fuck up the samurai. Oh my god. This isn't looking so good. Watch them NP Kojiro in a second here. Why is George still alive, by the way? We're about to fight Darius. George, you're messing this up. Even if this benefits us somehow, which I don't think it will, but even if it does, I don't want the help. Okay, if I can keep this guy alive, we get taunt next turn. I have to keep him alive for 2 turns. You know, you could have hit George there, right? And that would have saved me some trouble. Okay, so there's no crit chance. Literally no crit chance here. We're good. Watch this NP animation that they put so much effort into. Oh man. At least nowadays, when they make new trash mobs, they actually do put a chunk of effort into their NP animations. Which is, not like a huge amount or anything, but they make it significantly better than that. I guess we want to crit here just to make some extra stars. We'll kill him anyway, though. Wow. Why couldn't you do that against Darius? Damn. 2 slashes instead of 1. Yep. Look at us over here. Almost 300% overcharge. So fancy. Dude, if you don't level up Kojiro's second skill, it's pretty bad. Like, it makes enough stars and such a short cooldown later that it's alright. But at level 1, longer cooldown and it makes 2 stars. Like, what is that? We made more stars this time, but we have a lower crit chance. I almost want to, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna do it this way. We'll make significantly less. Man, that's a lot less stars like this though. 50-50s though. Oh god. How did they not lose money? I can't lose money if you don't put any into it. That does describe their mindset in the beginning of FGO, man. Like, that's why they hired such a random small dev with no experience. So I'd like to point out, Kojiro on this key turn missed the 70, and then on this new timeline missed the 50. The good news is he high rolled on the NP, I think, and so he just did a little bit more damage. So I don't need as much here. Quick would increase my chances of critting the skeleton coming up, because he's got 10k. We're looking way better this time though, because last time I couldn't kill Darius on this turn, and well, I mean, I almost did, but I didn't. I guess we do this. Double skelly crit, please no. They do a surprising amount of damage here. 30, 40, yeah. Come on, I think might need 2 crits, but maybe just 1 because of our crit buff. Nah, we would have needed 2. Damn. Woo! Boy, they could have killed me if crits had happened there. They've been close. Like over those 2 turns, if there had been some crits. Alright, well fine. Because I'll get my NP now, and then I can NP the 10k guy. Good thing though, because if I didn't crit next turn and I didn't have my NP, I couldn't kill that guy. Double shot. So fancy. Man, that took more effort than I would have liked. And like, there's not even a lot to like min-max. There's a little bit of stuff to min-max, like when you make stars and stuff. But because you have no skills and your second skill does nothing and your cooldowns are so long, like, there's not a whole lot to, like, plan, because it's like, yeah, if you cast a skill, you're never casting it again. Welcome to 111 skills, by the way. Excuse me, 11 blank skills. Yeah, the only thing I could really min-max there was just the star stuff. That was it. Berserkers are not great for this kind of thing early on, because they just kill you so quickly. There's not a lot of back and forth going on. Skeleton B put up a good fight, unfortunately. I don't think this is a boss fight. Kind of hard to tell at this point. It could be Darius again. I don't think so. You know what? I'm gonna cheat. I can't even believe I'm doing this, but I'm gonna look up the nodes for Septum, because you know I need help, chat. I gotta use those online guides. I just can't handle Septum. It's too hard. What chapter are we on? 12. Wait, what? Is this wrong? This, oh, okay, it's the start of chapter 12. Okay. Yeah, no, this is a nothing stage. The next stage, though, is Alexander and Waver. That's a pretty big step up. They both 52k and 60k, and then they're two different classes and everything. That's a bit of a difficulty boost. It's no Hector, but you know, I remember Hector was the first stage I lost when I played FGO at first, way back in the day. But that's you know, even back then though, I was making sure not to overlevel anything, but you could still, you know, just bring in like a 90 support or whatever and win. I think I was summoning story supports for that bit. Summoning Herc to carry you, yeah. All right, this stage we can just blast through. Excuse you, we summon Beowulf to carry us. What was my first gold servant? I think it was Karna? Because my first account I didn't actually stick with. Because I realized what re-rolling was, and I wanted to get, like Mordred was rated up or something. I can't remember, I don't even remember when I decided to re-roll and start over. I don't remember when exactly I did that. But, my first servant ever was Ku, which I was like, okay, GG, we beat the game. Like my tutorial summon, the first thing that popped up wasn't a craft essence, and it was first thing that popped up, Ku, just bam, and I was like, perfect. That was like the whole reason I was playing the game. I guess I got, oh that's right, oh, my first gold was like, I actually don't remember which one it was. I know it was a tutorial summon that I didn't want. I'm pretty sure it was either Dion or Liz. I know when I remade my account and I started over to re-roll, my tutorial summon was Dion. But the first one was either Dion or Liz, and I don't remember which one it was. Bit of an oof, by the way. But the first one I pulled off memory was Karna. That's why, though, when I make a new account, I kind of contrive keeping my stats lower and not over-leveling the content, because it's fun to kind of recreate the, you know, the struggle and like you're getting a saber actually being useful for Hector and things like that. You know, it's fun to do that. So I don't. Now I will sometimes blast through though, like stages like this. Now on this account, I'm not doing that. I'm not making an account to, you know, play through the game like I normally would, because I'm using this account for videos, so it's totally different. But if I do make another new account to play through the game again and like, you know, be like, okay, I'm leveling the. But what's cool is, and I'm sure people that actually watched, the 10 of you that actually watched the newbie account from its start to finish, right? The Herc account, if you will. You know, I was saying stuff pretty early on, like, yeah, I'm gonna level this assassin because it's gonna get to the point later in the game where you need a good assassin. And I think a lot of what I said came true, right? Like, leveling the stuff I focused on once we did get to, you know, Camelot and then Lost Belts and Epic of Remnant stuff with, like, shooting and Raiko and all that, and, you know, it paid off, right? Picking the units that made sense when we got to the tough stuff you know, paid off. So I didn't need to get, you know, carried or anything and whatnot. So that was fun. That was really fun, kind of preparing the account for the, you know, the tough stuff to come and having it actually work out. Yeah, they took Dion out of the tutorial, I think. I know they changed the tutorial summon. I can't remember if Dion is still in or not. I know he used to be in 100%, but I think he might have been taken out of it. I think they did that just because Dion is such a utility servant that he's so much less useful than like just a more straightforward hit it with the sharp end, right? Types characters. So it does feel bad though for people where Dion is their favorite character, because before you could just re-roll and get him. I imagine the first stopping point would be Gwaine, but maybe it's something in America. I don't know, maybe I'll make a video for the Demon Pillar in Orleans, or even Hector. Do you think Hector should get a video just for memory's sake? Because I did a video, you know, for Kojiro, but that was kind of like, yeah, it'd be fun to kind of do a throwback, right? It wasn't like that's the whole point of the account, it's not. But maybe on the way we make a throwback to Hector like that, see if we get some proof of friendship spam going on. It'd be nice to remember the game, you know, like in 10 years from now, I'd like to be able to look back on some of those things. Yeah, I think Hector deserves it, so probably the next video would be Hector. Yeah, that's fair. I don't know if I'd do something thematic or if I'd make a team for it. I feel like solo, you know, thematic, you'd want to do like Achilles or something like that, or Paris for the lulz, but good luck with that one, kid. A team video might be more fun. I don't know, we'll see. Because you could do like, you know, level 5 or 10, you know, or 20, whatever, but you use like Siegfried at level 20, right? You know, shit like that, that could be fun. Okay, this is an actual fight. Okay, hold on. Let's see if we got any invites here. Yeah, I don't know how I do a Hector video, but we'll see. I'll think about it when we get there. Okay, I like that. Now, that's what I'm talking about. It's probably okay for people. I'd say if we're counterclassing, probably keep them like level 15, 20. If they're not counterclassing, they can probably go 25, 30. I mean, I think. Like that's way too weak right there. Like we're never gonna be able to use a level 1. That's way too weak. Like that's just gonna get shredded. Oh, I like the Black Grail though. Yeah, that's usable. This I thought I added Pinwheel. What the hell? Oh, we got lost back. Here we go. Saber Lily though. Do we try Saber Lily again? She'll need to be so much tougher though. She'll need to be like level, I don't know, she need to be like level 40 for God's sakes. Hey look, it's a level 40. That's weird. What is this? Look at this. What is going on? Like this is not on my friends list. This is just a random account we're running into. What is this? Why does he have a level 1 or NP1 1/1? I guess it's from FP Summon. I am so confused. I guess he must have started playing because of Karen. That would be my guess. I think this guy created this account because of Karen. No, he's got Space Ishtar though. I don't know what this is. I like how okay, chat. I've seen this many times, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. I don't think this is even an SQ account because it's level 109. It's level 109, right? So it's not that new. But this goes way beyond just what I'm looking at right now. And how does Emiya have his Okay, anyway, I've seen this a lot, where people, it's not a matter of them not having skill gems. They just don't level skills because they don't care. They don't even think about it. They're like, oh, it doesn't matter. It matters a lot. Because even if you're not trying, you are going to get blue gems if you mean to or not. Because you get them from the main story and you know what, you get blue gems just randomly. And so like if he's a big Karen fan, she's level 90. His Karen is level 90. He could easily get her to at least 444. Like it takes nothing, right? Even if you're not trying, you're gonna have the mats to do that. This account right now could get some servants to rank 4 skills, right? This account, which I have not done anything but random, you know, main story stuff, right? So I see this a lot. It's not unique to this guy. I just see this a lot where people just do not level their skills. They just don't. And it's just why though? Yeah, it's level. It is pretty funny to look at accounts that are not on your friends list, right? This guy's level 24. Okay, this guy like just started, right? He's like about the same level I am, right? So this guy's super new. Okay, this is probably an Artoria fan. I would imagine this guy. This is an SQ account or something because of MHX. I would think. So he's probably just starting out. He's got the Yang CE though. What the? Maybe it's an account that rolled on summer then sold the account, right? And that's why he's got Yang CE. I wonder if he knows how strong that is. I bet you he doesn't. Because respecking is free, right? And he doesn't have the burn command code. This must be an SQ account or something, because it looks like it's an old account, but it's just now being played. And I bet you he doesn't have the burn command code. I bet you whoever was making this account to sell it was logging in and grabbing the SQ that they gave out, but he wasn't playing the events. And so he rolled to get summer servants because he thought that would increase the value of the account, right? And while rolling for the summer servants, he got the Yang CE, but he doesn't have the burn command code that went along with it. That would be my guess here. Yeah, she can apply burn on NP, but you have to wait until you NP. That's a lot of time where you're not getting the damage bonus, so. Okay, here's a 152. This guy plays a lot. Like, this guy plays, getting to 152 is a lot of gameplay, right? So, looking pretty proper though. Not 10-10-10 across the board, but pretty close. Probably a dolphin, I would think. Doesn't look like an omega whale, but no, wait, no. Well, no, I'd say a bit of a whale. Not super whale, but, because Ereshkigal's NP1. And Ibuki's NP1, but he's got NP5 Castoria and Da Vinci. Probably whales and the stuff he super likes, I would think. Hard to say though, because the thing is, you gotta remember, this guy's he's potentially been playing longer than I have. I'm 150 on my main. Now I have a lot of accounts, so in total I'm way higher level than that. But I'm 150 on my main, and I don't whale, and I've got I got Mordred to NP5. And so for example, you can kind of put your best foot forward, right? I can kind of make my account look like I can't exactly make my account look like a whale account because like I only have the one NLB K-scope. I don't have multiple. But like if I put up Mordred with MLB K-scope, that looks kind of whaley. She's NP5 because I've been getting her like over the years, and I've got my one MLB K-scope. And then I could put up, my Enkidu now, which is pretty high NP rank because I keep being spooked by him. And things like that. I could probably fool people into thinking I'm an Omega whale. I don't know. I tried that, I remember like last year to see if I could make my support list look like an Omega whale. I might do that in a second just for the lulz and then come back to this account, like switch real quick and then come back. But let's fight the boss, see how we do. If we have anything that even has a chance of doing this here. So Curse our 100 face will wreck Alexander, but get wrecked by Waver. I'm not sure she can handle Waver. That's kind of an issue here the other way around too. So I guess it's horse time. I think if Paradox, if you're here, could you like level him up to like 20, 25, 22, whatever, or 23 to match the recommended level? Because I think at level 12 he's just going to get annihilated, but we'll see how he does. Yeah, I'm gonna jump after this. I'm gonna jump on my main account, and we'll see if we can set it up in a way where it looks like I'm an Omega whale. When I'm absolutely not. But the main issue is I don't have that many K scopes, so I think to the untrained eye, I could probably still make it look like I'm a whale. It's just, I am lacking some stuff that a lot of whales have, and then I am level 150, so it's not like I'm like 130 or 120 and I'm sitting here with K-scope. Horrible opening hand here. Dude, with the way we're playing right now, 60k at neutral feels so daunting, even though it's like nothing normally. We're doomed. We're so doomed. I think that crit though. Not killing George though. Look at Waver getting the battery. It's funny that they changed that because day one Waver didn't give battery, but I guess just as a generic NPC unit that's been changed. No first card bonus, by the way. I don't even have my NP right now. And they have their damage cut is gonna destroy me. Get it done quick. Yeah, I'm doing nothing now. Waver, please! Yeah, we're not even close. We're getting crushed, man. I could wait a turn to NP because then they lose the defense. Oh, okay, I have to wait anyway. And now I'm gonna get NP drained. God damn it, we're getting wrecked! Yep, we're gonna need to level the horse up a bit. Don't you stun me. Don't you fucking stun me. Woo! Boy, can you imagine if he stunned me there? Like how screwed we'd be? I mean, we're screwed anyway, but hey, I still kept my NP. We didn't go under 100%. This is not gonna work. This is not even gonna get close to working. You know, you'd think the name of his NP would give him a hint as to the fact that he's not actually Lu Bu. 51 stars though. And we're dead. 3,000 crit! What do you mean he's not Lu Bu? Blasphemy. That's propaganda. Alright, hold up. We'll I'm gonna switch to my main real quick and then we'll come right back here. I want to see if I can make my how I remember last year I tried to make myself look like a whale on my support list, so I want to see what I do now. Because you know, like I said, you can put your best foot forward and hide all your, you know, low ranked. Because I have so many, you know, 5 stars that are like NP1, right? I have very few that are actually high NP rank, but I can, you know, ignore those, right? And I can still slot grailed low stars because, oh, I like them, guys. It's not because I'm hiding my low NP rank. Because there's no way I could put a 5-star up in every slot that has a high NP rank. I can't do that. But if I can like cover my slots with my grailed units, it'd be fine. The funny thing is, Castoria, although obviously, you know, Wales got that, was so easy to get as a free-to-play because they gave out so much free SQ. But yeah, I didn't even try to get her. I did not even throw a summon ticket at her. Alright, I gotta whip out Samsung decks here. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna use Samsung Flow, even though it won't, you know, it doesn't look as good. It's like lower quality and, you know, it has issues with the full screen update and all that, but it's just so much easier to use. And because this is not like an important thing I'm streaming right now, I'm just gonna do Flow. If I can find it. There we go. Okay, we're in. My screen size is not quite right, but, you know, welcome to the fucking widescreen update. Make that a little bit smaller. Okay, good enough. All right, let's see. So, Project Whale. Let's see what we can, what can we do here? Is there a clear button? There we go. Okay, so they're trying to look like a whale. Easy Mordred, right? Because NP5, right? That helps. And I guess because we keep getting spooked by Enkidu and he's a 5-star. It is funny how over the years I've just keep getting spooked by Enkidu, man. It's kind of nice. One of these days. Let's see. Okay, see, you don't put that up. You do not put that up. That won't fucking work. Let's see. I really wish I could get Tesla to higher NP rank though. That would be nice. What's my Gramps? No, he's NP1. Okay, no. What's she? NP3. Assassin not looking so good for me. I can use Sanson to like cover it up, right? But yeah, I don't have a single like wow, look at that. Like yeah, Jesus, NP2. Yeah, that's a pretty, yeah, that's yeah, Assassin's not looking so good. I pretty much have to put up Sanson because literally any other assassin I put up is a dead giveaway. Cause like even Carmella's NP2. If you're whaling, you're gonna have Carmella probably at a higher rank because she's a generic. Okay, what about Berserker? Do I have anything? See, what's she? She's NP1. That's not looking good. Wait, who killed the music? NP4. She's not 10-10-10, but that's kind of. She's not really a premium Berserker though. Whales try to put up like the, you know, the best of everything. Like, look, I have everything for every slot, right? You know, God Juna or, you know, something that can loop. I have that. That's I could see a whale putting that up. It's not a 5-star. I mean, maybe. I can obviously again cover again, but we don't want too many of those. Got that. It's only NP2 though. It's obvious it's a unit I super like because he's grailed, and it's like, why would he be in P2? I feel like this would be the best thing because he's in P5. Yeah, I could put MLB K-Scope on him. Okay, Caster. Now that I can kind of do. That works. That's convincing, right? That and Waver are both pretty convincing. Okay, Rider's not so good. Wow, I just realized how few like really rare Riders I have actually. Like that's it, and you know my Aussie's in P1. That's it. That's the only 5-star rider I have. It's just Aussie, and he's just in P1. And then you know, wow. I mean, again, I could cover with that, but I feel like that's what I do. Like my support list, like for real, is just covered in grailed low stars. By the way. This isn't looking super whaley. I'm not gonna. I mean, the Mordred does. The Mordred does, because I don't have an archer I can put up, because you know this account's Gilgamesh is just in P1. Iron's in P2. Yeah, I mean I don't even have that. I mean you know Tesla, but he's in P1. Maybe that's the spook, right? I just got spooked by Tesla, and I don't like any archers, Chad. I'm a whale that doesn't like any archers. See, there we go. All slot. That's pretty. Yeah, that kind of works, right? In P5, maybe a 4-star, but it's in P5. Okay, Edmund does me some good here. Okay, now we have to do CEs. Okay, I guess we give him the MLB K-Scope, because it's like, I'm doing it for farming, even though he's a 4-star, right? That kind of works. Doesn't really matter what they get. See, the thing is, the only other things I can put up that are like whale-like are non-limit broken K-Scopes. And if I put up a non-limit broken one, that's a giveaway that you only have one. But some people think, a lot of people are pretty dumb, and they think regular K-Scopes equal Mega Whale, so that might actually still kind of work in my favor here. You just put regular K-Scopes up and people think you're a whale. And then, I guess bonds. No, you gotta do like bond up or something. I don't know, this isn't, it looks kinda whaley. I could be a dumb whale and just put up every MLB CE that I have that's from the Gacha, even if they don't make sense. Sanson's killing me. Sanson's killing me. Okay, how whaley does this look, chat? How, I gotta say, if I saw this support list and I saw that it was a level 150 account, I'd be like, this is not a whale. I could, it's so easy to tell, like, if you have a keen eye. Like, it doesn't have 2 MLBK scopes. Tesla's NP1, you know, Scatty's NP2. There's loads of low stars. It's kind of obvious that Lancelot's not my main berserker because he's not 10-10-10. This doesn't, Mordred works. Mordred works, Canis works, Enkidu works, everything else doesn't. Literally everything else. Well, no, I guess Edmund kind of works, but because I'm if I wasn't 150, this would work. If I was like, you know, a lower level account, like 110, 120, this would super work. Then I'd oh yeah, it's totally a whale. Because I'm 150, I don't think this looks particularly whale-like. It will get in there. I think you give me a few more years. You give me a few more years. You give me a few more years, and like Enkidu might be NP5, Tesla might be like NP2 or 3. You know, and maybe I just happen to. The problem is, this is okay. Well, no, it wouldn't really work. I'm gonna say if I cared about every 5-star I got, 'cause that's the thing. A lot of 5-stars I get, I don't give a fuck, and they're not leveled or their skills aren't leveled. The problem is like Ozzy, he's just NP1, right? So even if he was 10-10-10, it wouldn't really. Yeah, truly, I just don't have high NP rank 5-stars. I just don't. I got Enkidu and Mordred, and that's pretty much it. I don't have a lot of high NP rank stuff, so that's a pretty big hit. So yeah, now my actual support list, which is this, right? So well, it's not quite this. Normally, like it's normally that, normally that. That's roughly my normal support list. And yeah, this is covered in low stars here. You see, normally my Berserker doesn't have K-Scope or Golden Sumo, but because I've been carrying my newbie account, it's been better. Yeah, there we go. That's my normal support list, and yeah, that's just covered in low stars. Like, it's so many great low stars. Okay, let's let me give Kaku something worth a fuck. There we go. Actually, let's give him that. That's kind of give him that 2,000. Give him that 14,000 attack there. All right, back to the shit account. I tell you what though, if I get a second MLBK scope, and if I just get spooked by a few things, I'll have it. I think Cairo can make a more like, oh damn, support list than I can. Hold on, I gotta. Flow is so hard to turn off. It's so easy to turn on, but it takes some effort to get rid of. There we go. Okay, we're good to go. I love my support list though, because it's just full of. I love my low stars, right? Most of my favorite characters are low stars, and then having so many of them at level 100 and 2K photo and everything, it's great. It's true, Kairo's got the scuffed Scatty. He's got the second skill, it's like not leveled at all, and she's not even level 90, right? So yeah, if he gave a fuck though, he could fix that. Ten is a free-to-play heresy. I'm not a free-to-play though. I guess I'm a fish because you know, I've pretty much just spent money on GSSR. It's GSSR and then Edmund that one time. So I guess that's a fish. Although a lot of my old accounts are totally free to play, but my main, you know, I do the GSSRs, so. Which I really only do though because most of the things in GSSRs are units I don't care about. The units I want already have. I mainly do them because the chat wants me to do them, but I never get anything that I want out of GSSRs. It's always fucking Ishtar. God. Alright, let's see if our boy can do a bit better this time. I've gotten Trap Boy twice, I think I've gotten Tam twice, I think I've gotten Ishtar twice. If I could trade my GSSR, I would. I'm sure a lot of people would be happy to take Tam, Ishtar, and Trapface off my hands, and they'll give me like a random Tesla. Dude, if we could trade, I guarantee you I could find somebody that has a Tesla that they don't care about, and I'm like, I got Ishtar, you want it? And they're like, yes, and then, you know, we're GG. Like, I'd be so favored there, right? Because not a lot of people want Tesla, but like everyone and their mother wants Ishtar, right? So I'd be in such a good position there. I'd be so set. I could probably get 2 Teslas, man. Like, fuck. Yeah, I got 2 Summer Kiaras! What was I rolling for? What the fuck? What was, oh, I was trying to get Brunhilde with like summon tickets in the Yang CE, and instead I got double Summer Kiara. Fucking Christ, dude. So you couldn't get me to trade a Canis, because I only have the 5, so. But someone else, I'm sure someone else would. Yeah, I have a lot, dude. If we could trade, I'd be in such great shape. I don't like a lot of 5 stars. I've got 2 Summer Kiaras that I don't want. I've got 2 Himikos I don't want. Although I think I might have burned one of the Himikos. I actually think I burned one of the Himikos and one of the Kiaras, I think. And I might burn the other ones too, but I've kept 1 copy of each in case they ever get a strengthening quest or an interlude that has really good gameplay, because that happens every once in a while. That's like the whole reason I'm keeping one of them. I don't think I kept both though, I'm not sure. Anyway, let's see, what else do I got? I know there's some other 5 stars in there. I think I got like, did I burn Tam, Lancer Tam? I don't remember. I should check. Okay, we're doing better this time, and Waver didn't cast his defense up, so that's a good start. Make some stars. They're not going to add trade. There's a million reasons they wouldn't add trade. I do think they could add trade in a very limited capacity. You'd have to make it so you could only trade 1 unit once a year. I think you could pull that off. You'd still have people making SQ accounts to trade with themselves and stuff like that, but I don't think it would affect them that much. And it would be good PR, and it'd be a whole event. People would be looking to trade all over, like all the social media and everything. But they're never going to do it. No chance. They will never introduce any form of trading. Not even close. Yeah, I guess you could make it so you had to use some SQ as well. That way it would make... Yeah, honestly, that's a pretty good way of dealing with it. If people do buy accounts to trade with themselves, they still have to spend money. And as long as you're making money off them, who cares, right? So that's a pretty good idea, but I don't think they would think of that. We're fucked. If I use evade now, we'll die to his NP next turn, and if I don't evade now, we'll die this turn. I have to just hope that he doesn't kill me this turn. Yeah, I don't think this is possible for him at this level. They just do too much damage. I'll try to get my NP, I guess. Yeah, we're gonna have to escalate, I think, the power of these. This is a significantly harder fight, actually, than the ones we've been doing. So we can probably upgrade some units a bit, go a bit further. Because, yeah, we're not even close. Not that he's, like, the best unit to solo that with, but he was pretty far off from being able to do that. Not way off. He was off, but he wasn't way off. He was about 4 or 5 turns off. Because our next MP would have done a significantly less amount of damage. Yeah, this stuff, though, is not even the ballpark. I might have to use one of my units, because none of this stuff is even remotely in the ballpark. Fuck, I have a CE. Fuck! Actually, the only way I could even do this, I'd have to level somebody. It's not really worth it to level somebody. I wonder if Ushi could do it, though. The problem is, like, anyone that is a good class here will just struggle so hard to kill Alexander. Like, it'll take them so long. And anyone that can kill Alexander quickly will have no chance against Waver. Like, Ryder is probably the best class for this. It's gonna be really hard to kill Alexander. If only Ushi's first skill was the evade. If Medusa lands her stun, she'd be really good for this, but if you don't level her skill, she won't be that good for this. Oh, there's a Medusa. I think if they have the XP to spare, I think they can level their servants up a good bit, because I mean this is way harder than what we've been doing. I think everything in like level 20ish range will just have absolutely no chance of doing it. Like, I don't think Medusa here even has a snowball chance in hell. Like, she will never kill Alexander, not even close. Red, who's meh? Is Red here good? Yeah, he's just meh. He's like, if you really like him, you can make him work as an AoE writer, but he's way worse than almost all of his competition, right? Like his crit angle and everything is just not nearly strong enough, and if you're needing single target stuff, Ushi and Ricky Boy are way better, and for AoE stuff, you got Medusa and Columbus and Blackbeard. I mean, it's just, he's so outclassed. He's not garbage, he's not like Phantom of the Opera or something, but he's definitely not good. I think the first like 1 to 3 star rider that could do this, like now if you were like slowly leveling every time someone failed, let's say you tried every single rider here, it's a 1 to 3 star, and every time they failed you leveled them up 1 time. I think the first rider to win would be Ushi, the 1 to 3 star, because I think single target is actually better because you don't need to hit Waver with an NP. You need to have Waver not do much damage to you, which a rider does inherently, and so you need a single target thing to like kill this. And I think Ushi would get high enough that you'd actually get unlock her evade, because I don't think anyone would beat it at like a super low level, and you get your evade at level 30. So yeah, I think Ushi would probably be the first one to beat it. I think, unless I'm forgetting somebody. Maybe Ricky Boy if he counts. Oh, it's her third skill? Fuck, that hurts. That hurts quite a bit. Maybe it'd end up being like Darius or something then. RNG, let's go. I didn't think so. Level 1 skills. But this is why Medusa is just gonna do terrible, is like she's just gonna do so little damage to Alex here. Rolling story really isn't a meme though, it's just when you do it and how you do it. Like if you make a brand new account, I think it's very worthwhile to roll story a few times, unless the raid up just happens to be a character you really want. But there's a lot of benefits to rolling story. For example, if let's say you brand new account, you started playing FGO today, right? If you roll on the Amakusa banner, you're probably not going to get very good CEs out of it, because a bunch of garbage CEs are rated up. Like whoop-de-doo, where if you roll story, you're way more likely to get things like Origin Bullet, K-Scope, Formal Craft, Canith, CB, you know, stuff like that. It's just way more useful. And like a new account doesn't really care what rare things they get. They just want to get a few rare things to get them off the ground. So you can get that out of story. I really recommend new accounts actually roll story a couple of times. And then maybe start saving up for something they care about. And then also, I've proven this with all my accounts that I play through the game with as a free-to-play, it is 1,000,000% worth it sometimes to take a chunk of SQ and put it aside, and then like when you beat Lost Belt 4, you're like, okay, now I'll throw this SQ and try to get at least NP1 Asclepius. That is totally worth it, and you might also, while you're at it, you're very likely to grab some other random story lock 3 stars like Bedivere and stuff like that can also be very useful. Asclepius is incredibly useful for anybody because he compares very well to 5-star supports anyway for challenge quests. And then most players, even if they are a whale, a lot of the supports that would be so good that you would not need Asclepius aren't available all the time. They're limited time and they were probably a long time ago and you have no way of getting them. It is very useful to save up a chunk of SQ, and then when you beat Lost Belt 4, you try to grab Asclepius. Because yeah, you might be like, oh, you could just wait until a class banner. That might not be for a fucking year, right? And there's a good chance to run into a lot of content in that year where Asclepius would have helped you a lot. Okay, let's see here. Let's just go for another NP. She did more damage there than I thought she would, but her next NP ain't gonna do nearly as well, so. I like how we did a fucking quick chain, and we made a decent amount of stars, and then we did not crit 1 time. Love it. She's not really that close either, though, because again, if I evade now, we die next turn guaranteed, and if I don't evade now, We died this turn, and then our next, even if we got our NP here, it wouldn't kill. But she's not really that close to winning either. Although if she'd landed the stun and then maybe gotten her NP and then kill Alexander, Waver would probably still finish this off. But she could do it at without. She wouldn't need to level that much if she got lucky. If she landed the stun, she wouldn't need to level too much. If she doesn't land the stun, she would still need to be a good bit higher. Real shame I did not get my NP there. Yeah, right now, if you're going for Asclepius, it's not a bad time. But a lot of people are going to be in a situation where their only way to get Asclepius is running story. And while they're at it, they might get Bedivere and stuff too, which is also incredibly useful for accounts. I think I've really shown, I've put the, you know, my money where my mouth is, although I guess not money because free to play, but like all these other accounts that I play, I've always made sure to get, you know, better copies of Bedivere and Asclepius. I actually, you know, prioritize it to a degree, and it pays. It really pays off. Let's give Ushi a go. Get her to like, I guess 30 right now, it's fair. Monster Strength would have been nice there. It would have made it so my next NP definitely would have killed. But yeah, I don't advocate for like people to always be rolling story by any means, but there are times where it makes sense to dip into it, depending on like where your account is and you know, like what banners have you missed and like where we are in the year and that kind of thing. And especially new accounts. Basically every new account I've ever made, I roll story a few times. Just grab a couple of basic CEs and basic units to kind of, you know, get the ball rolling. Because if you're free to play, I mean, what else are you gonna do? Just roll FP forever? I mean, yeah, you can, but it's a lot of boom for your buck to just do it, get a couple, you know, rolls, because you're gonna get a couple of units or CEs that are very useful, and you know, why not? So, and it's not like there aren't cool things in the story, so. I'm kind of cheating because George has it on Death CE. Let me fix that. My authentic experience. And yeah, it's not just about getting some random rare stuff. It's about getting 3 stars. That's a huge part of it. Rolling Story. Anyway, rolling story on a new account is a quick way to get some 3 stars. Now, obviously, in the long run, with all your free summons and stuff, of course you're going to get 3 stars through FP. But kind of getting a nice chunk to kind of just get the ball rolling. You know, it's a big help. I kind of want to give her that. Like, killing Alexander's pretty important. If only this was MLB, I would use that instead. Alright, we'll do that. Rider on rider violence. Yeah, it sucks that you can't get Taiga from FP. He's only in regular story banner. Like, if something's story locked, they don't unlock for FP summon. They only unlock for story summon. Yeah, no, this is a very known thing. Taiga is not in the FP summon, no matter where you are in the story. And Bedivir's not, Asclepius isn't, Antonio isn't, Casterku isn't, and that's why it can be good to roll stories sometimes to grab those things. If you one, want those things, or two, you need them, because Asclepius really is just as practical as fuck unit. I'm, by the way, for my NA viewers, I highly recommend you roll on Asclepius when he's rated up, especially if you have any care about Gajuna or Hot Wheels. Now, there is a caster banner later where it is actually easier to get Asclepius, but it's good to get Asclepius off the bat, you know, start working on his skill ranks right away, and then yeah, if you want Gajuna or Hot Wheels at all, I suggest you at least roll a bit to try to get Asclepius a copy or two. I generally recommend NP2. He's fine at NP1, but I recommend NP2 that way, because there are boss fights, challenge quests, and whatnot, where the enemy NP drains, and having the ability to go over 100% can really help with that. And actually, I really do like Asclepius at NP5. People act like it's not a big deal. It can. The bonus health from the higher guts can definitely mean the unit doesn't die in one hit after rezzing, right? Which can be really nice. That being said, though, if you are trying to save SQ for something else, NP1 Asclepius is totally fine. You're not gonna like cry. It'll still help you out plenty. Boy, this hand is not what I would have wanted. I recommend NP5 so you get more Gajuna and Ash. Yeah, there's that too. But Asclepius is worth it. He really is. And dude, every time I post a video with Asclepius in it, there's always comments, "I don't have Asclepius," and it's like, because you're stupid. There's a reason why every account, all of my accounts, all 900 of them, all of them have the story lock 3 stars, because they're not that hard to get if you actually give a fuck. They're way easier to get than 4 stars and 5 stars still. They're certainly harder to get than other 3 stars, but they're worth the effort, because the help, especially Asclepius, they just help you so much. Like debuffs are a problem for a lot of challenge quests, and Asclepius is such a useful unit for that. And he has battery, and he has survivability, right? It's just so many things in one place that are helpful for budget people. And hell, even if you're not a budget, a lot of whales, again, don't have some of the limited time supports, and so Asclepius will still be useful to them, very much so. Do I use my first skill now? Or do I want to? Yeah, let's get our NP for God's sakes. Actually, I'm gonna try to get my NP next turn. Let's get this done here. Look at these animations though, man. So yeah, if you're a big Taiga fan, the best ways to get Taiga, obviously you get 1 copy for beating Babylonia, obviously. But then you've got, let's see, Lancer raid ups. Those are quite a good time to get her. I think Valentine's Day is a decent time to get her, and then if she's rated up herself. Funnily enough, though, Lancer raid ups are better than her being rated up, because 3-star raid ups are bullshit like that. Okay, Ushi. Do your thing. More effort than Okita animation update? You're not wrong. You are not wrong. By the way, this NP is a million times cooler now because it has a lot of green in it. So, we need to crit now. I think we're gonna need 1 crit. This is a pretty cool NP2 though. Okay, we're about to get wavered. Oh, please don't stun me. Just don't be that guy. Okay, she should kill here. Also get a nice chunk of NP gain. I really wish one of those art cards had crit. Yeah, the other stomp, I wish you could combine like the big thud stomp with the like the, you know, dirt kicking up or whatever with the new lightning and everything. That would be like the best. But overall, I like it better now because the sprite is better. And there it is. Oh, Waver, why do you have to be like this? And I know he has item construction or whatever, but Ushi has magic resist, I'm pretty sure. So it's still, it's roughly a 50-50. She's got magic resist C. What's his item construction or whatever? Let me look. It's 8. No, fuck you. It's in our favor. It's not even a 50-50. Fuck you. It is more likely for him not to stun us than to stun us. God. So, and then he... This guy, dude. This fucking guy. So she can do it. She can do it. She needs to not get stunned because then she can get her NP much faster, and then she needs to win with an NP. That's and if we'd also crit, if we needed that art card to crit earlier, then we could escalate our NP again. This is beatable for her though, but she might need to be leveled a little bit more just to kind of even out the, you know, not dying nonsense here. Waver, that's not even fair. That's not even fair. Watch this damage. That's nice cooldowns, by the way. I'm surprised she's actually doing that much. I'm actually surprised she's actually only like one turn off from winning. So if she would have won if she didn't get stunned. She would have won if she didn't get stunned. It might have won if she didn't get crit there too. Okay, I'm not gonna level her much because it is technically winnable now. It's just more of an RNG shit show than I would like. Fuck. Oh, it was only great. It didn't too much. If it had gone into the 34, that might have been a bit too much, but it didn't actually go to 34, so that's all right. Look at that though, chat. We're above the recommended level. We're such a bad influence here. I have been upset at great and super successes many times because, for example, when you're trying to make a level 25 Benkei, right, or because there's reasons to have units at very specific level ranges and stuff, especially with taunt walls and things like that. So it can definitely be bad. Okay, let's see here. Bad opening hand. I'm kind of glad George lived there. Normally I wouldn't be, but just because it kind of makes up for how bad that first hand was, and it shouldn't change too much, so. Sometimes it messes up NP timings and stuff, but it really shouldn't here. It's really nice having Ushi not be a midget anymore. Wow! That's the second time in the last few days. Feels good, man. Best Ushi voice line right there. Ushi's motivated. That's why she's doing like the Virgil cut. Yeah, I don't want any RNG in my NP here. I want to get it next turn. Probably because they're not casting skills here. If I had done Buster Quick, nah, I took more damage there than I wanted. But if I had done Buster Quick there, I probably would have. You know what? I'm gonna evade now. This is risky, but I don't want Alexander to hit me here because hopefully he'll be dead after this. I'm hoping Alexander will never get his NP off. That's the goal here. And I'm gonna have crits hopefully next turn. What? Seven arrow? So she'll do about 45k to Waver if he doesn't have his defense buff. Oh damn, we could have killed him right there if I'd done Buster NP art. Wow, we really... That was really the right call casting the evade there, because truly he was not going to get to do his NP next turn anyway, and the normal card damage from Alexander is greater than the normal card damage when it's just Waver alone, and then yeah, there's a chance that he could quick charge into it, so yeah, we definitely made the right play on that one. Okay, now we just want the crits for the NP game, so it's kind of different. And of course, that sucks that, dude, that really sucks she didn't crit with that middle card because it means we didn't get as much overkill. And less MP gain because it didn't crit, so that actually hurts quite a bit. Okay, yet for the second time, we are favored. I mean, stress this, we are favored not to get stunned because of our magic resist is higher than his item construction. And of course, we get fucking stunned again. Math is a lie. And then he crits again! They don't even... Casters don't even get like a good crit. Oh my fucking god, dude. It's just a repeat of last time. What? What? Bruh. What did Ushi ever do to Waver, man? She wasn't even in Fate Zero. Yeah, it's because he looks like Tristan. That's the problem. This gives you debuff resistance. Is this worth it? We'd lose damage, but we a little tankier, and then we have more debuff resistance. Is it bad that I'm considering this? Because it's not it's 5%, man. Like, that ain't a lot. There's this one. This one's I think 15%. This one's not too bad. This one could be good. If it was, do I have enough to limit break it? No, I don't. I'm one off. This also, I don't think this one existed day one. I think this was added with Fate Zero. All right, I'm gonna stick with this for now. I wish it was limit broken. Waver is my favorite DPS. Yeah, we gotta level our craft essences and come back. Good opening hand, alright. By the way, Boudica is a 3-star female writer that's been in the game since day one. Ushi is a 3-star female writer that's been in the game since day one. And they both got animation updates in a short period of time, and one of them had a lot more effort put into it than the other one. Like, my god, I think they redrew, like, I don't think they like never redrew Boudica in her animation update. They like redrew her arm like one time. I think they redrew her shoulder like one time, and that's like it for the whole animation update. It's just like, are you kidding me? Good art chain, but nah, this is fine. Flat key meta. Yeah, right now we kind of are. You know, I'm not mad that Ushi got a good animation update. I'm glad she got a good animation update. I'm just salty that they could not be bothered to. And again, there's nothing wrong with Bodoka's choreography, right? Like of course her animations aren't going to be as like fancy. That wouldn't fit Bodoka. So that's fine. It's the effort put into the animations that's the problem. Do we be ballsy and do Buster art? But if he casts this skill, it's pretty bad. Let's not be that guy. Although, look, we're going quite a bit overcharged here. Damn it, fucking Busters, man. Need to level my Mystic Code, dude. It's not, the heal's not enough. Shit. Part of me wants to Buster NP art, but I think we'll do the triple. We might not kill him even with the Buster, and then critting for a more NP charge on Overkill is good, so. He's low enough that we'll kill him, but we're not gonna do so good on the. Well, okay, that was more than I thought. No! What the fuck, bro? And he, by the way, he does. We're dead. Well, okay. He does not have max rank charm, and it's not the upgraded one. And we have magic resist, so his odds of charming us aren't that great either. Killing me, game. Killing me. I wish this Blackbeard was higher level. That's one I'd give a shot to. Charm believers, the winners all along, yep. Let's see, he's probably rank 8 charm. That's normally how NPCs are. Not always though, but let me see here. If his skill is rank 8, and it's not upgraded for sure. It is a 71% chance to charm, but then minus 15 because of magic resist. So that actually was still it wasn't like crazy likely, but it had a decent chance of landing. However, it might not be rank 8. Sometimes NPCs have lower ranks than that. And I actually kind of suspect they do here, because it's so early in the game, and also Waver's defense up hasn't seemed that strong. I don't think Waver's defense up right now is at rank 8. It does not feel like that at all. So I kind of suspect his skill rank is maybe 5 or something, but I don't know. It's hard to tell. There are, every once in a while though, there are times you can figure out what the enemy's skill rank is. Like certain skill ranks could give themselves away. But this fight really is not one of those, so. See you, Red. Figure it's not enough damage to use the Buster, so. Such an RNG shit show in this fight, though. That's why if you were trying to do this for real Z, right, to make it more legit. Oh my god, George. Anyway, trying to make it more legit, you'd want Ushi to be a little bit higher. Not like super high or anything, but high enough that you could weather being stunned by Waver and things like that. Or because we're cutting it so close here, keeping it lean, if you will, we can't afford something really dumb to happen. That's not good. He's got attack up and defense up and damage cut. And George, just fuck you. Just fuck you, George. Mild cheating again. But what she needs actually isn't levels, she needs foe items. I could just get like 1,000. Look, what? Is she one of those growth curves? She must be one of those. Look at this. No wonder this isn't helping. She's got one of those growth curves. Look at her stats. Look at her stats. Like, yeah, that helped. Good job. Way to go. That'll make the difference. Fucking Christ. Look at that. Fucking look at that. That ain't shit. That's 3 levels up, and she gained 30 stats. Fucking crap. Yep, we foe items would definitely be the that would actually help her. Okay. Okay, game. Let's see here. I'm doing it. Yeah, I mean that. Let's be real. That's a bigger help. That's a bigger help than her level ups were. I cannot believe that level up like did nothing. That is totally nothing. Oh, that's the wrong. That was the wrong. I forgot I was using that one, and that actually does make more sense that I used that one. Excuse me. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. There in no world should you think what I'm doing right now is going to, like, if your vote was she was going to lose before and now you think she's going to win, you're not paying attention. You're just not paying attention. I mean, she literally gained like 20 health and 20 attack, and now she's gaining like 100 attack. That's nothing. We're not losing because she's not doing enough damage. Do you think 100 attack is going to make her kill Alex a turn sooner? It's not. She's going to kill Alex on the exact same turn she always has, and then she's going to get fucking stunned, and then she's going to die in the same turn she always dies on. The only way we win here is if we don't get fucking stunned. Ushi's having a bad time is what I'm getting at. Alright. I mean, she can win eventually. I don't think her win rate is good right now. And see, when I post solo videos on YouTube, I try to make sure it's not like this. I want to make sure their win rate is decent, right? Normally I want it to be at least over 50% and preferably higher than that. The only time I really make an exception for that is if the content is just so fucking hard to solo, like no matter what you are, and it's just impressive to beat it at all, right? Then I don't mind sometimes it taking more RNG, but generally if I post the solo on YouTube, it's because the unit actually has a decent win rate, and it's not like, you know, coin flips everywhere. Or this is just coin flips everywhere. If she was higher level though, it wouldn't be. But like, if you could basically, for this to be like, if it was going to be like a video I'd want to post on YouTube, she'd have to have enough value that she could weather being stunned, right? Maybe not weather being stunned twice or being charmed and stunned, right? That might be asking for too much. Because if you get charmed but then you don't get stunned later, you know, same thing. But yeah, if you can't weather either of them, I probably would not make it a video. Or if she had a way to stop the stun or charm or that kind of thing. If she happened to have her evade as her first or second skill though, she would be able to weather that. George has got I think a higher rank of magic resist than she does. Damn it, dude! He always does Buster, I swear. Not good, because that one attack from him just takes out so much of your life that it means, you know, Waver is in a more reasonable position to end you rightly. I could try to kill Alexander here. I think I'd have to crit. Or high roll. But what if I low roll? If I low roll, I might fail to kill even if I did crit, and our crit chance is not good. He does have the writing skill. I don't know. This is really if this doesn't kill, this is a pretty big mistake. We'll still kill him next turn either way, so that wouldn't change. The only difference is my MP gain would be worse. Because I make less MP gain this turn, and I make less stars, so I'm less likely to crit next turn. So the only way this is a good play is if it kills right here. Oh, got a crit though. Oh shit. Woo, boy, totally worth it then. Bought ourselves a turn. How about that? So it's basically get your NP ASAP now. Now I've seen him not to crit the shit out of me. As he not only crits, but he buster crits. Why is it always buster? These guys, I swear, have BBB decks. Like, brah, if he had like quick crit, no problem. And even art crit would have, I think, been okay. But buster crit, like, come on. I think we're dead now. God damn it. Dude, if he didn't crit me there, I could have lived another turn. I think we would have been alright, but because he crit me, I think we're fucked. Our only chance is like if we crit him and he dies this turn. We would have had to crit him maybe 3 times there, maybe just twice though. He only gets to attack once, but if he stuns me, then he gets to attack 2 more times, so. Do your quick attack, do your quick attack. You just did double buster last turn, by the way. You have a single buster. Oh, magic resists a bitch, ain't it? Oh shit, so the dot takes us down to 1 health. I did not get my MP because he drained me, but I think I can just kill him. I don't feel bad about this, chat. I don't feel bad about this at all. They RNG'd all over my face. I don't even care. I farm up, bitch. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh. Okay, 2k overkill. That was closer than I would have liked there. 1 health, by the way. Jesus Christ, dude. GG Ushi though. Got working for that bond 4, man. Imagine how much easier that would have been if she had her evade. That would have I think at that point she could win even with like all the RNG going south. Anybody win big there? Glad to get those things. All thanks to those stats. They did help with the Alexander part. I don't think they mattered too much. Like I don't think we added 2k damage to that chain at the end. I don't think so. But they did help because yeah, we were pushing it. Throughout the fight, we were definitely pushing it. Okay, you know, a little high level, but this is not a boss. Wait, this is not a boss. Fuck it, we're just doing Beowulf. We'll wait for the good shit. At the solo a trash stage. What is wrong with me? We're not that desperate for content. Guess we're on chapter 13 now. So what's the next boss? Oh, the next boss is the next stage, and it's Romulus. And then it's the Demon God. So yeah, we're pretty much at the end here. And we're back to 2,000 health enemies. Cheater going above recommended level, indeed. To be fair though, people doing this day one wouldn't have been soloing. They would have, Granted though, most of them probably would be lower level than that Ushi we had. Leveling was that much of a bitch back then. And a lot of people did this in the first couple of days because it was available day one. I don't think Beowulf... I could get him to do that damage if I used one of his skills, but oh well. Totally gonna Grail Asterios though on this account. So I'm gonna barely level anything. This account's gonna have almost nothing leveled on it at any point, but it's gonna go for level 100, 10, 10, 10 Asterios, because why not? Ain't nobody doing no 3-turn setup day one in FGO, by the way. Nope, that was not a thing back then. People had no idea what the hell was going on. It was a lot of berserkers and BBB. That was very much the meta back then. And really, it totally depends on what you're doing, right? Some stages are so easy, the only way to make it spicy and to make you have to like make good calls and make good decisions is if you play it at neutral instead of counterclassing it, because it's that easy. Or you try to solo something you're not supposed to solo and things like that. But sometimes soloing is much easier than team play. Sometimes team play is much easier than soloing. It just depends, right? Like some boss fights, they have certain mechanics and stuff that having a team, so you can bring someone like Asclepius along and stuff, make it way easier. And obviously doing things like, you know, double Castoria, that's going to make most things a hell of a lot easier. But there are some fights that just due to the nature, like some gimmicks, and people have seen this, some boss gimmicks, it just favors you having access to a single unit's deck all the time. Like you've got like some gimmicks like, oh, you need to use a quick card at a specific time. But so if you're soloing, you always have access to a quick card, right? And some units just have the right damage thresholds and things like that. So sometimes soloing is really easy, but sometimes it's not. It's you know, it's a case-by-case thing. Sometimes team play is crazy hard and soloing is crazy easy. Sometimes it's the reverse of that, and then sometimes it's in the middle, and sometimes it just depends on what unit you're using, right? There's, you know, no real... It's all over the map. Okay, so is this Romulus? No, I don't think that, are we not in chapter 14 yet? What are we? We're chapter 13. Okay, so it's only two, okay, yeah, this is just trash mobs, then it's one more trash mob, then it's Romulus. Okay, so we got a little bit more filler to do here. You know, I have absolutely seen some content that is just a million times easier if you solo. And then I've seen content that is, like the only people that can solo it have a really hard time soloing it. You have to like for example, soloing like the Setsubun challenge quest with Ku was really, really difficult because that quest was designed for AoE. Right, now you could solo it with an AoE Lancer, then it'd generally be a bit easier, but back then a lot of them actually just couldn't do it, but some could. But like it's not straightforward. What you needed to do to solo Setsubun's challenge quest with Ku, it wasn't like, oh yeah, just, you know, get your NP as fast as possible and click your skills in the right order and you win, right? You had to do a lot more than that. But sometimes that's all you need to do. Like sometimes it's really straightforward how to solo. So it depends. But yeah, it's kind of been fun over the years though. You can see some fights are more solo friendly and then some are soloable, but they're not friendly, right? And then sometimes team play is laughably easy, and then sometimes it's actually harder. Like it's been enjoyable doing that kind of thing. Yeah, that first fight with you is definitely easier to solo, but that's not a hard fight either way, so it's not much of a example in my opinion, just because it's such a whatever fight. Although it is funny that it is significantly easier when soloing, just because like the gimmick kind of breaks. And also the unit is a lot. Like rarely will a Hercules solo require, you know, any real degree of you know, effort, because generally they're pretty easy. I should not have buffed there because we're not going to kill the back one. Yeah, like Hercules is so straightforward. It's just BBB. It either works or it doesn't, right? It either works or it doesn't. If it fails, it's not because you messed up. It's just because Herc can't do it generally, or your Herc isn't upgraded enough, right? It's kind of like a stat check. Herc is like a stat check if he can solo it or not. And sometimes Ku is even like that, or even Fujino is sometimes like that. It just depends on the fight. But then sometimes it's like, it's very meaningful. Which thing do you try to buff block? When do you use your guts? Which debuff do you decide to clear? Which, you know, do you line up with your Mystic Code? And those things can really matter in some fights. But some, you know, sometimes they just absolutely do not. See if Asterios can do the damage here. Punch it very hard. I'd actually say Mothman is not that easy to solo until you know how to solo it. Once you figured it out, then it's very easy. But I don't think anyone would solo that Mothman fight on like their first try, because they're not going to even realize two things. They're not going to realize that they need to use guts for the final health bar, otherwise you just die, right? Like no unit can survive really if they don't have guts, unless they have buff removal resistance, but most people don't have that. And the other thing is, some people, I know a lot of people just won't even think to bring a gut CE when the boss has buff removal like that. They're not going to think, oh yeah, you can't remove guts from a CE, so you'll still live. And then you have to be able to one-turn him on the next turn, otherwise he'll kill you next turn, right? Some people are not, they're not going to figure that out. Now, once you have figured that out, it is pretty straightforward, right? There's not that much, you know, the gimmicks are pretty, you know, ABC, but I would not say that's like the easiest thing to solo, just because I think loads of people, like again, literally no one is going to know about needing to bring a gut CE when they first do it, unless they've watched someone else do it already. And then, you know, some people, again, just wouldn't even think that a gut CE, or in fact like it, would work, so. Well, actually, I take that back. There is one unit that you could you could literally have no idea what Mothman does. Not a clue. You've never done the boss before, you never watched anyone else done it, and you could still definitely beat it in first try. And anyone got a idea of what unit that is that could do it in one try, even if you had no idea about the buff? Nope, Jolter would get wrecked. Jolter would get wrecked because you would have no idea about the buff removal. You'd break a second health bar. He would remove all your buffs, and so then he would one-shot you. He will one-shot Jolter every fucking time. If Jolter would get destroyed. This is what I'm talking about. Most people have no idea how to solo, because that's what I'm talking. The Jolter absolutely would not work, not even close. And yeah, the Herc is the answer, because you will avoid the buff removal without even meaning to, because of your Bond CE. Now, you could still lose it. It is possible that you could still lose with Herc if you didn't. You might get if you got a little unlucky and you weren't casting your skills ahead of time. Like generally, you want to cast your evade and all that early, one so they come back, but also so you save your. You basically need to use all your abilities, like on your Mystic Code, your CEs, and all that kind of stuff, to make sure he's not taking CE stacks. Now, that's a pretty normal thing to do anyway, and so a lot of people might do that naturally and just happen to win. But you could definitely still lose with Herc if you didn't know it was coming and you just happened to use up your Bond CE, and you still had a bunch of skill stuff left. You still had your evade, your skill guts, your Mystic Code stuff. You still had all that ready to go, and then you break that last health bar, and maybe you cast evade, or maybe you cast a guts, and then he removes it and he kills you. Yeah, Jolt, no, I don't think anyone would ever solo, there's no way you would ever solo Mothman with Jolter if you did not know the fight already. There's no way. Like, it's not an RNG thing. There is just no way she will survive that final health bar if you don't know in advance. There's no way. Like, if you cast her invulnerability that turn, or if you had evade from a Mystic Code, you will still fucking die. The only, you could get really lucky, maybe someone just happens to bring, you know, a gut CE or something that, you know, ends up working, but, yeah, it's very unlikely, and it's pretty much impossible to get to that. He will just one-shot you. Like, there's just no living that third health bar if he removes your buffs. And that's what I was saying. It really is not that easy to solo if you don't know. And again, once you know, it's no problem. There's no nuance to it. I'm telling you, some solos and team play have a lot of nuance to it. It's like, okay, if they do this, you need to go this route, or if they do quick charge, you need to go this route, or I gotta make sure you line up these buffs, and you know, a lot of times there's plenty of planning to be done, but sometimes, you know, not at all. And yeah, Mothman, once you know what's going on, there's not much to think about. Although it can depend on the unit. Different units have to sometimes worry about different things, you know, that you wouldn't expect. Yeah, so many people saying Jolter is like what I'm talking about though, and this is not shots fired, this is just the fact. Most people don't know what goes into a solo and what matters. And the fact that so many people thought Jolter could beat that in one try, even if you did not know, you know, I straight up said if you had not watched the fight and you had not done the fight before, you had no idea what the gimmicks were. Like, there's no fucking way Jolter's doing that. No, you don't just randomly go into a stage you don't know Jolter with a gut CE, and then use all your survivability stuff early so the gut CE doesn't go off, right? You're totally going to get wrecked. Now, Jolter will definitely make it. First try, Jolter would probably make it to the final health bar though, because it's pretty easy to accidentally use your NP at the right time to have the buff block and then stop his NP. But even then, I think a lot of people wouldn't even make it that far though, because a lot of people would save their NP, because you might get a lot of Jolter cards when your taunts are alive. And Mothman's first health bar is not that big if you're an Avenger. And if you're not an Avenger, it's huge. But if you're an Avenger, you could get through it in a couple of turns with Jolter's normal cards. And you're like, oh, I'll just save my NP, right? And then you break him, and then he uses his NP, and then you're fucked, right? So it'd still be pretty easy to you know, not plan it out properly, even with Jolter, so. Gorgon's really good for Mothman. And she can solo it too, so. What am I doing right now? Let's see. We're in wave 3. Okay. Click all the buttons. You know what's funny though? You would have a pretty decent win rate at Mothman if you never done it before, didn't look it up, didn't watch any videos, no experience with the fight. You just ran into Mothman. If you soloed with Jolter and you gave her Necromancy, obviously you'd have a totally, you know, decent chance of failing and dying immediately. But you could be a huge scrub and you have no idea about his NP, you don't know about the buff removal, you don't know any of that shit. You don't know about any of it. You don't NP on his first health bar, so he gets his buffs, right? You fuck it up. But because you have Necromancy, he doesn't kill you there, right? And then you do NP and you break his health bar. I guess you have to wait a turn though. But yeah, you could still, you'd have an okay win rate. You totally have a chance of failure still, but you could have an okay win rate there. Fucking Necromancy, man. If you sucked, if you did that fight wrong and you did not know what his NP did, you didn't know about, you wanted the buff block, you didn't know about the buff removal, and so you played everything wrong. You would probably need Necromancy to proc 3 times, I would think. Maybe even 4 times, depending on like some RNG at the start. But you'd probably need it to proc 3 times. So 3 or 4 times, if you did everything wrong. You know, if you did happen to NP his first health bar and got the buff block, then you'd probably only need it to proc once. Like if you got a bit lucky and you just didn't coincidentally do anything stupid, you'd probably only need it to proc once. So then you'd have a 50-50 at it. Yeah, technically anyone can solo Mothman with Necromancy. However, some units it would take so many guts procs that it would be just, I mean, so unlikely. Like you'd need like 30 guts procs or more, and that would just take so long that I mean, God, if you wanted to do it with a Moon Cancer, oh my lord, like the amount of Necromancy procs you would need for a Moon Cancer to solo that. Like you'd probably still be doing the fight now. Like you'd probably still be doing it right now, you know, trying to get it to work. Okay, this is Romulus, so we can go back to what we were doing. I'd say we give Saber Lily another chance. We kind of got lucky, and we have another stage that's up. Lost, are you still here? Can we level Saber Lily to like, you know, 35 or something? I mean, technically 24 is the recommended level, but it's kind of obvious that that's not gonna fly for a solo, I don't think. Crap, we might have lost down. We still have access to his unit, but it is only level 18, and I can tell you right now that's probably not gonna work. We'll try though. Why not? We'll give her a chance. Lost might still be at work actually. Wadim is unsoloable because he's unbeatable. Like, no matter what you do, there's no beating that fight. The first fight with him, anyway. Yeah, bust out the Mordred, turn 1 win. I mean, I guess it is possible to beat that Wadim if you hack the game. It's not like hacking is impossible. By the way, we here at Green Incorporated would never encourage anyone to ever hack anyone or break terms of service, because obviously hacking DW would be breaking their terms of service, I'm sure. I don't know, maybe they don't have their terms of service. Don't hack us. I'm sure they say like don't, you know, modify like the game files or don't interfere with the server and stuff. I'm sure that is in their terms of service, and hacking would fall under that category. By the way, her NP will not kill the 14k chimeras. As dumb as that is, it won't work. So I'll have to do a little bit of damage to them, I think. Got some fitting music here. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure this actually is a thing where he can cast Imperial Privilege like a quadrillion times. They didn't attack and kill George. Okay, great. Thanks, guys. So we're slightly cheating, but I don't have Leonidas. Right, we're cheating because we're not supposed to have crit down here. Because Qingong didn't exist, but I don't have Leonidas yet, unfortunately, so... At least he guarded it. Oh my god, our NP gain right now is just pathetic. Holy crap. Like, holy crap. Thankfully the crit down won't matter because he... I think I'm being an idiot right now. I'm giving him 3 actions per turn. Oh no. He is so, I'm telling you, dude, he is so scripted to cast. He has a higher chance of casting that than he normally would if you just fought him in a free quest or something. Like, absolutely they did that. Because I fought this before, and I know he does that a lot. What? Girl, you can't kill a Chimera with 10k health. She's doomed. She is so doomed. Yeah, she needs to be like level 30. I think we're about to have a really bad time. We need Lost to come back. It's our only chance. We do have our own Saber Lily, actually. We could, if we wanted to, we could level our own. Wow, although he did spam Imperial Privilege. Dude, look how much attack up he has. And this is Imperial Privilege EX, so even if it's not rank 10, this is still like probably like a 30% attack up. Dude. This is not good. Watch him cast it again, then Buster crit us. Yep, 3-star stats without any of the benefits of a 3-star, because 3 stars get the higher NP rank, which is very, you know, very good. They get the lower team cost, you know, they get more Grail levels. Many benefits there for being a 3-star compared to a 4-star, but she has all the negatives of a 3-star, but none of the positives. At least he's missing his buffs. He's gonna just kill us right now, though. If only her NP gain was better. And we don't even have her NP gain skill. Dude, look at how many times he's cast Imperial Privilege. Like, he is so scripted to do that. The music knows. Very fitting music. Imagine some good quality animation, you know, Saber Lily versus Romulus. By the way, Romulus would win that fight, most certainly. That'd be... Honestly, he'd probably beat regular Artoria too. I'd say actually pretty easily he'd be able to beat regular Artoria too, but definitely Saber Lily. Because Excalibur is not as good as Excalibur in this context. There are some situations where Caliburn is better than Excalibur, but this is not one of them at all. And seriously, Romulus's tree NP is tied with Excalibur, for God's sakes. And then he has other NPs, like the castle walls to defend and everything. And then he's got EX rank Imperial privilege without any of the drawbacks that Nero has. And then you can seal his divinity or use it. Like, it's bad, man. Let's see. Yeah, we do have a Saber Lily on this account. I thought we did. It might be a little high, but I mean, she kind of sucks, so... Oh fuck, so Noelle just said slotted us. I just wasted my XP. What have we done, chat? What have we done? Noelle bailed us out, and we just didn't listen, though. Too slow. Too slow, old man. I bet you Fergus would have this, though, because, you know, 3-star, he actually has higher stats than she does, and then, yeah, let's compare their stats here. Maybe because her growth curve, maybe now she's caught up. Before, no, she still has, lower stats. Let's give her, yeah, that gives her quite a bit. She's not way behind. What's sad is, though, she is behind, and she's higher level than him. And she is a chunk behind. Not as behind as she was, though. She was so much more behind earlier. Yeah, if she fails again, we'll let Fergus do it, because Fergus is just a way better solo unit than she is. It's not even comparable. But, we'll give her a go here. At least I can get rid of our cheating Qingong. What do we give her? So this is really funny because she's, you know, Saber Lily doesn't have Excalibur as Caliburn, but you're giving her Excalibur. But that didn't exist day one either. Maybe just that. This actually isn't too bad. If it was limit broken, I'd go with that. Did this one exist day one? I want to say this one did exist day one. Always just this. Alright, well, that's like good enough, I suppose. God, she doesn't even have faux items, dude. So chat, I still can't decide if I'm gonna roll for Tesla on my main account or not. You know, I've got so much SQ saved up, but I've been saving it for Lost Belt 6. And if it was solo rate up, I would roll on Tesla easy, no question. I fucking love Tesla and I want him in MP2 really bad. But dude, dual rate ups are so bad. They're so. I mean, I could lose almost all my SQ getting them, right? So I don't know, man. I'm so conflicted because I want to grill Tesla to 100 and everything. Like I want a really good Tesla. I'm such a fan, but. And I would say, oh yeah, just wait for a solo rate up. But Tesla is one of those units that basically never get solo rate ups. A lot of units get about one rate up a year, you know, maybe a year and a half or so. But Tesla's not one of those. They just don't give Tesla solo rate ups. They just don't. Because like his last rate up was a long time ago, and it was also a dual rate up. So I'm not sure he's ever gonna get a solo rate up again. Like literally ever, right? Unless they start introducing. Like what a lot of other gacha games do, where they have a rotating story banner, right? Like literally, like every other gacha game ever does that. And if they did that, then Tesla would probably have his day randomly. But I don't know if FGO's ever going to do that because FGO is a fucking dinosaur and they don't know how to have a good business model. They lose so much money because of that too, man. They just cannot keep up with the times. I do have a bad feeling about Lost Belt 6, and it may not actually have anyone that I like. But, you know, it might answer K for God's sakes, so I don't know what to do. I'm so undecided. Like, if Tesla had the dual rate up right now, I would not know what to do. It'd be a lot easier if Calamity Jane didn't happen, because, you know, I had almost 2,000 SQ saved up by then, but then I had to use, like, 600 or whatever to get Calamity Jane one time, and that was just so much worse than I wanted, and so I went down a lot lower than I wanted to. Like, let me look. I think I have my main account up right now. What do I have? I have 1,330, and yeah, that's a lot lower than I used to be. And I could easily have to use another 600, 700, 800 SQ to get Tesla, because I might, you know, normally it doesn't take too long to get a 5-star, something like, you know, 300, 400, maybe 500 SQ. Sometimes you get it sooner, sometimes you get it later. but it's split right up, so you know it could be Amakusa. So I don't want to pass on him because I'm such a Tesla fan, and I know this is one of my only opportunities, but it sucks, man. And I wouldn't want. I've been saving it for so long. I wouldn't want to waste it, right? I wouldn't want to blow it. I want the odds to be good. You know, I want it, but okay. So I need to have my NP by this turn. I need to be able to kill those chimeras. They're just gonna rip me apart here. Unleash the beasts! Yeah, Calamity Jane was a real calamity. Not good. I was really hoping one of the chimeras was going to cast the skill. It's pretty common that they do that. Thankfully, the heal still didn't get full value, or didn't give me back too full, but it did okay. And then I can. So if I NP now, I'm gonna whiff some of the heal, but I don't think I can worry about that. She should kill the chimeras now because she's leveled up more. I think she's got this. I think you're thinking NA, not JP. Yeah, after that, I think that's the one NA is about to get is actually the last one he gets off memory. The one chance that he does have is the fact that Nasu is a fan of Tesla, and so maybe he gets to be relevant in a random event, and then maybe he gets a solar rate up there. Like, it is possible he might see a solar rate up someday, but I think it could be a while. Like, if it was almost any other 5-star in the game, I just wouldn't roll. I generally avoid split rate ups like the plague. They're terrible. Wow, she did way more damage this time, and yet she didn't kill the chimeras. Did we bust her crit? We most of our damage there must have come from our normal cards. Because how did we like kill Romulus but we couldn't do 14k? How did we not do 14k to like chimeras? Fuck. We're so dead now. How did we not? I can't believe she didn't do 14k to the chimeras there, dude. So if I had been attacking those chimeras in those early turns, I think we would have won. Yep. Okay. Time for the significantly better saber. Where'd he go? Oh, I think it's all slot. There we go. Let's see if he can show her up yet again, like the millionth time. I'll have Chin Gong die first, so the crit down's not as impactful. I wonder, yeah, I think Fergus will do just fine. BBB deck, you know, not NP1, right? Like, if she was just NP2, she would have won. If she was NP2, she would have won. But no one could have an NP2 Saber Lily back then. Even if you were a whale, you couldn't. It was completely impossible. Everyone had her NP1. Everyone had her NP1, but nobody had her NP2 until Saber Wars. I was supposed to taunt with Chen Gong first. God damn it. You couldn't even use Fergus day one though. He didn't exist. You'd have to use like Caesar. Not a great start though. Basically got nothing done. I probably should have attacked Chimeras then, but we weren't even getting Fergus cards, so we would have still not Chimeras, I don't think. Literally, we did nothing. Those like that's actually pretty bad. We did absolutely nothing there. We got no NP gain, and we did not kill any of the Chimeras, and we didn't do any significant damage. Got that defense buff though. Yeah, the first free-to-play AoE saber was Fergus, and that was in America. That's part of why I think they made Jason AoE. Had more options. Crit miss indeed. We should have enough health though, that even if he had crit us there, we'd have been alright. I mean, we're still at full health for God's sake, so I think it would have been alright. There's no way that crit would have done 4,400 damage. We are cheating though, indeed. I should have buffed next turn. I thought I had my MP. I wasn't paying attention. I was reading chat, but this is fine. We see red press red, it's fine. We would win next turn, no matter if I attack buff this turn or next. Wouldn't matter. He has a lot of defense up though. Should be alright. Yeah, this is so much easier. I mean, Fergus is just a much stronger unit for this kind of thing. Especially at this point in the game, right? Now, eventually they buffed Saber Lily, and not only did they buff her, but they gave her like an extra, you know, boost on her NP that they normally don't give. So that definitely helps her out. But I'd say still Fergus overall is better, at least for challenge content, maybe not for farming. But wow, he actually lived because of all his defense buffs. Oh fuck. Okay, we're still in the health range though. That crit wouldn't have killed us, but if we don't kill this turn, we would have died. We'd be really low in health right now if we didn't crit earlier. Thankfully, BBB should let us get through that all that defense stuff. By the way, Buster Chains, you basically get like a 20% attack buff from them essentially, and that helps with defense ups. So if that was Saber Lily, I don't think she would have killed there. I don't think she could have handled the triple defense buff. I think she would have done like nothing. BBB, good man. Yeah, they don't completely ignore defense, but they like offset it to a degree. Like the extra damage you get on the Buster Chain basically ignores the armor. It's weird. It's really weird. Yeah, Fergus's voice actor did a good job. Okay, now this is a pretty decent difficulty boost here. It's one of the demon gods. I want to say it's just weak to cavalry classes. I think we'll try Ushi again. I think she would have a decent chance here. Let's go... Probably parted C because he's AoE. And he might have debuffs. By the way, they should have had you fight him in Oceanus. Maybe you fight him here and then fight him again in Oceanus. That would have been like a good story thread if they had done that. They should have done more with his character. They really should have. Him just kind of... I guess I think the reason he is in the game at all is because they wanted the day one FGO experience to kind of have a final villain. Because Septum is the last thing that was in the game day one. So this guy, you start the game, he fucks you up in Fuyuki, right? And then you finish him off in Septum. And so it's like the day one thing, right? That's why he's a bit more relevant than like the other villains that kind of just show up in one story and are gone. That's why he's a little bit more reoccurring, although he's barely more reoccurring. But I think that's why he is the way that he is. I think that's why he exists. I also think that's why Ogla existed, was she was supposed to like add some stakes and drama to the day one stuff. You know, the later stories don't really follow the formula, right, of how it was day one. There was like none of the other stories have any like reoccurring plot threads, and really no one major like that dies again. They never planned Ogla to like come back in Lost Belt or any of that. Like no way. They basically just existed to make things like just to be like an oh shit moment. They created her to die, right? Like 100%. They created her to die to kind of like make Guadia's plan seem really evil and bad and like, oh shit, and things are nasty and stuff. Like that was the whole reason she existed. Because they didn't want to kill Nash or anything like that. They didn't want to kill any of the characters that they planned on using throughout the game, right? So they just invented her to die. And then they brought her back because, you know, of course they did. Animu. And because she's popular for some reason, so... Alien god, yep. Is this guy single target? What are you doing? Brah! Yeah, and then George comes in with the brave chain, okay. Thanks, guy. He really was a villain after all. Dude. Dude, one attack. Dude! He's debuffed 6 times in a row, and I know that this guy like debuffs a lot. That's like a thing. But I'm not asking for you to like not debuff a lot. I'm asking you to attack literally 1 time. Are you even going to defend yourself, champ? There you go. How hard was that? And you didn't even kill the other George. Oh my god, this guy's pathetic. What a joke of a boss, dude. He's throwing so hard. His only chance here is like triple critting or something. Although if George dies, his turn gets cancelled, so he's pretty fucked. Right back to this again, I see. By the way, even if you're not soloing, George would be really good for this fight because of what he's doing. Like if you were fighting this with a team and you're a bunch of like level 10s or 20s, George is really good here. Because a level 10 George won't die quite as quick, and he really will soak almost all the debuffs. That way the debuffs aren't split all over the place. Right? That way you don't have like all these random defense down on a bunch of different units, and then he AoEs once and does a lot of damage. If you've got a taunt, then he's only debuffing the one person, so... George is just good. If you're working your way through the game and you're keeping your levels legit, he's good. If you were playing day 1, he was good, and then when you get to the hard content, and you don't need to handicap yourself anymore, he's still good. Like, George, strong lad. So yeah, I think the boss is just dead now. Unnecessary heal for BM. Septum guy, top hat guy. He was on a boat this whole time though. 45k, man. Nice sound effect, yeah. Yeah, you fight him again in Solomon way later. I think he's a Lancer then, actually. Or Saber, or something. He's one of the Night class ones. Yeah, I'm really glad Ushi got an animation update. She's such a staple unit anyway. I use her a lot on all of my accounts, and her not looking like an albino gremlin, or goblin, excuse me, is a big improvement. Okay, this is the last chapter. Let's see, is it just, I think it's just these 3 waves. Yeah, I think it's 2 trash waves, and then it's Attila, and that's it. More FP for me. Let's see, how much health does Attila have? She has 100k, damn. That's a step up. Everything else is, I guess she was the final boss of day 1 FGO though, so I guess that's why they did that. Cause yeah, let's see. The other bosses have had like, you know, 60k, so it's not double, but it's close. So your final reward, day 1 FGO, was Boudica. When you beat the final stage of day 1 FGO, you got Boudica. I guess the hardest content day 1 though is Shadow Herc, isn't it? Let me look. I don't remember how much. I think he's like 200k health. I kind of want to fight Shadow Herc with a bunch of level 20s or something. I might do that. Let's see. Good old for Yuki, free quests. Yeah, he has 209k. So not only does he have a lot more health, but he most likely has much higher attack stat, like much higher attack stat. So yeah, the day 1, the hardest content was definitely Shadow Herc. It's a shame that they don't do that anymore, like side optional content like that. That's harder. Like literally, why not? I don't understand why they don't do that more. And also, why is it not repeatable and stuff? It's just weird that they had like that. Oh, it'd be cool to have like some optional, you know, difficult content, you know. But they just don't do that anymore. Like, literally never again. They did it that one time and then never again. Yeah, Salem kinda has it again. That's similar. It's not really any harder though than what was in Salem, right? Like, yeah, the Uriel Thinno fight's a, you know, decent boss fight, sure, but it's not harder than Abigail, like, definitely not. Where Shadow Herc is not only harder than anything in Fuyuki, but he's harder than anything that was in the game day 1 at all. Like, the next hardest thing is Attila, and she's not, you know, she's 100k, he's 200k, and I don't know what the hell her attack stat is, but I'm sure his is much higher. He's level 62, let's see what level she is. That doesn't mean a lot, but you can get kind of an idea from that. If it's relative content. When it's not relative content, you know, the level, like you'll have like enemies that are a different type that are like much lower level but are way harder, right? Kind of wacky. Because they're both day 1 though, and they're both bosses and everything, I think their level range probably makes sense. Let's see, Attila is level 40, so yeah, I imagine Herc hits quite a bit harder than she does. Also, you can counterclass her, so she's doing half damage where you can't do that with Herc. The best you could do is Mash. Mash might be the only thing that wouldn't get one-shot by him, I figure. Unless you know, leveled up like a motherfucker. But again, day 1, you know, early stuff, people were not leveling that much. Level 40 Herc, destroy Herc, yeah, makes sense. Sadly, level 30 Asterios is not gonna have the damage we want here. He tried his best. Yeah, that day 1 foreigner, you know. Damn, I was so rooting for him there, man. I was like, he can do it, and then 200 health. Now we'll give him the kill. Alright, I think... Is Attila next? I think that was 2 trash waves. Nope, that was only... Fuck, yeah, there's 1 more. That's some music, though. Alright, give me 1 second. I need to get water. I'm parched. Been out of water for like a good 30 minutes here, man. Okay, I'm back. So here's a huge difference between JP and NA, like the day one experience. This is such a difference. So, you know, Septum was the end of the day one content, right? On NA, NA had dailies from the get-go. JP didn't, right? But on NA, I think a lot of people, not everybody, but I think a lot of people probably played through Septum without doing those dailies that were available until they beat it. So it wasn't that different from JP. Now it could be because some people I'm sure did a daily or two, and there were other changes. You had other ways to get XP faster and things like that. There were various ways to get like more XP for your unit. Anyway, so but this is where it got Orleans is what got so different because so JP they beat Septum, and then literally all they had for getting XP was what little XP would drop in free quests, which is, you know, just a couple bronze XP here and there. Maybe you get a silver once in a blue moon, right? And then the XP you'd get from the events that happened between Septum and Orleans, which would be like, you know, Nero Fest, I think happened. Man, they really were hyping up Nero earlier on, weren't they? Anyway, and so by the time Orleans hit, you really hadn't gotten that much XP. So especially if you're trying to spread it out and level a variety of units, you know, if you weren't a whale, you sure you've leveled up some, but you're not gonna be, you know, like all maxed out. NA, oh my god, by the time Orleans hit on NA, because they'd had dailies this whole time, so that you beat Septum, you got nothing to do, right? In between events, you got nothing to do. So NA is just sitting there doing dailies and dailies and dailies and dailies, which again, JP didn't have any dailies, so they had, you know, they were doing free quests. And so, because yeah, free quests was literally what you did when there were no dailies. There was like nothing else to do. And so when Orleans hit NA, everybody was like level 90 and 70 and 80 and stuff. Everybody, it was like everybody was already like, because they had a few, like 2 months before Orleans hit. And so it was 2 months of like non-stop dailies and then a few events that happened. And so, you know, they were just completely maxed the fuck out where, yeah, JP not at all. Really big difference there. Like Oceanus, you know what I mean. Yeah, guys, when they release Orleans later, they both start with O. I love how some people literally can't figure that out. Like they can't figure out what I'm talking about. Like how would I actually be talking about Orleans? Like nobody thinks Orleans was like added after day one. Wow, someone actually died. Wasn't really paying attention, and I guess these have more health, so it's taking longer. Level 1 Robin, let's go. Look at these defense buffs, man. They're running everything. God, imagine if they do New Game Plus. If they do them like a bit at a time, and like the first chunk is just Septum again. Oh, the horror. This is kind of annoying the way this is going, because I wasn't paying attention and like just taking way longer than it should have, and then I don't even have Beowulf's NP, and then he doesn't get any cards on the turn that it matters. They'd probably keep it regular Romulus. They'd just add gimmicks, I would think. Or maybe they do something wacky where you break his first health bar, then he turns into Super Romulus. If they were like handcrafting it, right, they would probably do something fancy like that. If they're not handcrafting it, you know, they're just gonna like add stats and things like that. I could totally see them though doing like New Game Plus like that, but you can't replay it, right? It's like, hey guys, you can play a much harder version of Fuyuki and Orleans and Septum, but only once. And like they would do that instead of doing an event that month, right? Like that's how DW is, man. Memorial Psalter. Hey, if it was repeatable, I would take that just so it's available, and then the first time you do it, you just cheese it. Okay. Anybody got like? I mean, I guess we could use our Caesar. Yeah, yeah. Let's try Caesar. Do I need to level a mini, or is he okay where he's at? Let me see. Caesar redemption for like not getting to do anything in Septum. He's gonna want NP gain. He does not have his upgraded NP. We'll do that. Yeah, Memorial Salter is pretty boring. Like, there's plenty of ways to make it easy. It's just not fun. I would definitely prefer if they did a new game plus for Saber Alter. They made it a new fight and they gave it completely, give it health bars and make it hard, sure, but don't make it that fight. I mean, if we could have that fight available, sure, why not? You mess around with different units and stuff, but yeah, it's not the best. Not a good opening hand. I know the intro animation is so bad. A new game plus though that was like nice difficulty shot in the arm, but optional so people don't have to do it. But they're all about like adding content. It's like, okay, this is what you're supposed to do this week, right? Like they add the main interlude. They want you to do the main interlude that week, and then it's not replayable. Then like you don't do it ever again, right? It's just like filler. So if they do New Game Plus, I feel like yeah, we're doing New Game Plus for Yuki and Orleans, and then that's what we're not adding anything else this week. So you're supposed to play this week, and then once you're done with that, it's done, and then we'll add a new event, and now you go play that, right? That's how they handle everything. They don't want to have like optional content that's like on the side that's hard or replayable or fun, right? They just don't do that. I don't know why, they just don't. I mean, really, there's no single fight that I'd want from a story replay. It's all or nothing, really. It's like the whole point of why you want story replay is for variety. It's for options, so you can use different units in different situations. And hey, they added a new Saber, guys. Let's go fight a Lancer boss. Like right now, if they add a new Saber, it's like let's go fight a neutral boss, so he's not counterclassing, so we can actually kind of see his value. Because if you go fight whatever Lancers are available, he's gonna one-shot everything anyway. So who cares, right? It's meaningless, right? And so if you only get one boss fight, it's just, it's better than nothing, but it just doesn't, it doesn't really help. The whole point of story replays, because it's a lot of content that gives you a lot of options for a lot of units to do a lot of things. So, that's the whole point of it, which is why it's so annoying we don't have it. Do I focus on NP gain? Wait, why did I pick Caesar? What am I? Caesar does. We need an archer, right? Because again, this is 100k. I don't have no idea why I was thinking Caesar makes sense here. He absolutely does not. We need like a level 40-ish archer, maybe 30-ish if they're like a good one. And we're not even okay. This is pointless. We're not gonna even get close here. Feel like Robin or David, some of that kind of thing. Yeah, I don't know why I was thinking we're fighting a Lancer, but like that's not a thing. Well, there's a David, but that would be way too much. Yeah, I know. Almost, it's not just the games that have shitty boss fights. It's basically every game ever, gacha or not, right? It's just almost every game ever has story replay, and a lot of gacha games don't have boss fights good enough for that to matter, but some do. Arc Knights does, and they're all replayable, right? But yeah, a lot of gacha games are most gacha games and things like that are very gear based, and they're very progression based. They don't have a set in-game. FGO has a set in-game that doesn't really move. It has a stat line that doesn't really move, so all the bosses remain relevant. Where like Epic 7, you're constantly progressing your stats. It's always moving forward, and the enemy's stats are always moving forward, so past content becomes trivial very quickly. So that's how a lot of games do it. But Arknights doesn't really do that, and FGO doesn't really do that. So they both, make use of having a story replay. Although FGO doesn't have a story replay, but it could make use of one if it had it, is what I mean. Okay, if that Billy, we get that Billy to like a level 30, then we're getting somewhere. Let's see what this account has. Maybe I just level my own nonsense here. God, the memorial quest, dude. I kinda wanna give David a go. Big level 4. And not only do you have people that cheesed fights and everything, but then you have some fights that, are really hard to cheese, and they're just fun no matter what you do, right? So it's just, there's so many reasons why it would be nice. And it's just a great way to test things. Like, oh, I got a new, like, oh man, my favorite unit was finally added to the game. I want to go use it on something. I want to go hit something in the face, and I want to, fight. Anyway, that's not so fun if it's like, doors or hands, right? It's not great. I really wish that Super Ice Flower in Genshin Impact was replayable, because that was a pretty fun boss. It was the Ice Flower, but just harder, and had more mechanics because of the ads. The ads made that fight more interesting. I do dislike, though, that the super version of the Ice Flower did not have his big laser attack. He did not have it, and I was like, why? Why? They replaced it. They replaced the laser attack with his, like, Omega AoE, right? Where I would have preferred it if he had both of them, right? Because iframing his, like, spin laser thing was actually very fun, so taking that out of the fight was kind of lame. Yeah, they added good stuff, but they took away good stuff, too. We might need a level more than just level 30, but we'll see. I had some really fun fights against Megalos and Columbus 2 Gambler. I remember the first time I did it, I did like Mash Han's Lancelot Saber or something like that, and I enjoyed that a lot. And that's the thing, if you want to kind of show, if you want to demonstrate, like if you're talking on chat or like on a stream or making a tutorial or whatever, and you want to demonstrate like the basics of how to make an art team, you need some bosses that don't just fall over, and so like that's a good boss. You don't, sure, there's better setups to beat Megalos than like a Lancelot setup, right? If you do like a standard Lancelot setup with kind of normal supports. But it's a good way of showing how to make an art team work and how to fight bosses that way and that kind of thing. Not everyone's going to be doing double Castoria and then like, I don't know, whatever the fuck art AoE unit there, right? So yeah, it's nice to have content that doesn't just spontaneously explode when you look at it. Okay, casting this early is not as good when it's level 1 because the cooldown is so long, so it might not actually come back in time. And then George might actually live too long now, but I'm hoping that because Attila's the final boss of Day 1 FGO, that your attack stat is actually decent and she can take out George. And she's cast MP up that only lasts one turn on a turn that she's not MPing. Okay, no, she got it. Yeah, she gets pretty hard, all things considered. Yeah, I really like the Megalos Columbus fight. It's a good one. Like, cause it's pretty hard to solo, but it's soloable. But you're gonna normally have to really push a unit on value. You're generally gonna have to push a unit on value, and then weaker units can't solo it, so that's fun. But then if you do it in a team setting, it's not, the fight doesn't just like explode. It doesn't, it's still good for a team as well. Especially low stars. It's really fun with low stars. So you get a lot out of it, right? You can do solos, you can do team stuff, and have it still be fun. It's really nice. Yeah, Yang CE is pretty good like that. Well, we don't have our NP. That kind of sucks. We tried. No battle of Kenlong Day 1, man. Wow. We're counterclassing and she did that much to us. Next turn though, we'll cast our first skill, and even though it's rank 1, that should buy us another turn. This is nice though, I can skill seal her, and she'll have to attack into my evade and give me more MP back. However, she might resist it. If I could overcharge, David's chance to skill seal goes well over 100%, but I can't do that, so. Do I do art, or do I want the buster? I think we do the buster. Wait, why didn't I attack up? This seems like the time to do that. Yeah, that would have been a good time for the attack up. Got the skill seal. It's nice. This MP looks so bad, in my opinion. Like, the particle effects are just atrocious. They're so, like, edgy and, like, you know, they're so, like, ugh, it's bad. Like, the swirl part is just, it's super bad. That's some of the worst CG in the game, I would say. It's quite shit. Oh, man, we have defense down. Can we get a crit here? So if I had used that attack buff last turn, we would have won that turn right there. That turn, those moves we just did, that would have killed her, because she'd have been low enough on health, and that would have finished her off. Because the attack buff on the MP would have been a noticeable chunk of extra value there. There's actually a chance we die here if we don't kill her. Woo! Yeah, she might have killed us there, because we had defense down, only 3,400 health, and she hits hard, so... Yeah, she doesn't need another animation update as much as, like, Mozart, excuse me, Mozart and Shakespeare, you know, people like that, Mata Hari. They obviously need it way more than her, like, way more than her, like, so much more. Like, although she doesn't look like amazing, her attacks are light years better than day 1 animations. So very much so, they need to... Those are higher priority in my opinion. But once they're done with all the stock animations, you know, Proto-Coup and all those, I don't think there'd anything be wrong with giving her a second one, because hers are pretty meh. Like, her normal attacks don't even look that bad. It's mostly the NP. It's just like, Jesus. And her normal attacks aren't like, you know, the best ever, but they're okay. The explosion's kind of cool. I'll probably do Herc next stream. I'll probably level up some units, kind of keep them in the, you know, 20-ish range, maybe a few that are higher than that already, and you know what? We'll do it real quick. I want to go fight Herc. That might be an actual boss fight here. Let's have a brawl. We'll try to keep it all day 1 stuff, so crappy CEs and none of the newer ones. Weird that uptime didn't work. I guess it just doesn't like you, Say. Cause I got it. Oh my god, that used to say Regent of the Samurai, dude. Oh my god, yeah, it took them a while to fix it too. That's where it comes from, by the way, is that L was an R, and yeah, they did not fix that for quite some time. Such a common mistake there. And all capital, all that stuff. Good times, man. Hey, Radgast, what's up? 34 months, that is a very long time, dude. I appreciate it. I really do appreciate the support, man. One of my longest subs there. I think my longest was it 39 or something? 36? I think it was 36. Crazy, man. Okay. We're gonna want George. We're not gonna want to level though. We've got to keep the one level one. Like I have 2 Georges locked already. I know what's up. I know what's going on. I'm not sure leveling George will matter though. He might get 1 shot. It only matters if he doesn't get 1 shot. I mean, I want him to not get. There's no trash. There's literally no trash. I'm not sure we level George just because I think he's gonna get one shot anyway. Let's see, what's the plan here? What's our best nuker? Maybe Ushi, because she's NP2. Let's look at our NP ranks, because that's gonna be what matters. Our only NP5 3-star is Rice Man. I got him in like 2 seconds. It was weird. So many Rice Men. Alright, she's NP2, I'm pretty sure. I think he's NP1. Kojiro's NP5 actually. We might use Kojiro then. Getting our NP is gonna be a bitch though. That's gonna be a whole ordeal. Does day 1 mash, does she give battery? I wanna say she does. Caesar would be nice to buff Kojiro if I can get that. So I need stall. Okay, let me think. Maybe we have mash replace. I think we have mash replace George. Okay. Well, I think it's fair to level Kojiro a little bit. We won't level him a lot, though. We're going to keep our levels down here. He's a 1-star, though, so lower stats anyway. I think 30's fine. We'll take him to 30. I think that's totally fine. Do we level mash? I guess. All right, let's try literally with just this. I don't think we need to level anything else. Let's see how we do. That is the wrong singularity. Oh yeah, we gotta summon something though. Double George. There we go. There's the play. Day 1 death manipulation, let's do it. I mean, you could do this day 1. This was not, no reason you couldn't do this. Although, good luck finding someone that would slot George, but... The issue is going to be battery. That's very much the problem here. I want to point out, day 1, it actually was pretty easy to get an MLB K-scope, but it's not anymore, because there's so many more 3-star CEs, and it's not in the gacha anymore. But day 1, it actually was incredibly easy to get this thing MLB. So this is actually harder in that respect because of that. Okay, Kimlon didn't exist. God. This is where I'd probably give her, like, the 2-star defense up, but that doesn't exist anymore. So, that's another thing that's a little bit harder here. Did Parted Sea exist day 1? I can't really remember. I want to say it didn't. Although I don't mind using it just because some of the other things we would use we don't have, because they don't exist anymore, but, some kind of damage mitigation would be nice here. I want to say Parted Sea was added. I don't know why I feel that way, but I think that might have been added when they stopped putting Leyline in the normal gacha. I'm gonna look this up, but I doubt they keep track of this on the wiki. Yeah, it doesn't say. I guess I'll use it, just because I'm not sure if it was added or not, and it will be helpful, so... Might buy, well, it can be helpful, it might buy us a turn, might not, we'll see. Man, Battle of Kimlon would make this so much easier, because there's your NP gain. Maybe I do this. Caesar adds way more damage, but I kind of want the art deck. Yeah, I feel like that's better. Because Kojiro is going to have a hard time getting his NP in time. Not much I can give Mash that's going to be helpful. Okay, well, good luck, boys. I don't think there's any trash mobs in this stage. Yeah, there's not. Okay. Just big boy Herc. Basically a day 1 challenge quest. Okay. Do I evade right now? No, I think I save it. Okay. Boy, we're in trouble. Oh god, fuck. There's just no way, dude. We are not gonna have the damage. Like he's gonna kill us so fast. We do not have the damage here. We're gonna need like 2 really big NPs. Oh boy. This is not good. Battle of Kemlon would really help, but it would definitely be cheating. $4,000. Yep, that's a lot. If David had it like NP2 or 3, I'd be feeling way better. But he's just not gonna do much damage. Oof. Come on, Kojiro, we need those numbers. Fuck, what are you, Herc? Stop hitting the green-haired guy. Do I evade Mash? No. I think we just try to save it. Maybe we last man stand with Kojiro. We'll see what happens. Leonidas would be good, because then I could last man stand with Kojiro, and you could have invulnerability, and then his own evade, and then the Mystic Code evade. We might really, maybe we go FP summon a little bit and try to get Leonidas. If we could do Caesar, though, instead of David, that'd be a big help, because Caesar buffing Kojiro is no joke. It'd be a lot harder, though, to get our NPs with him. No waiver, you see. Yeah, David's NP is not so good, man. It's NP1, and it's unupgraded, and he doesn't have his attack up, so... Rough. Kojiro, though, doing so much more damage. Look at this boy doing 40k. And Mash doesn't exist anymore. Okay. And David doesn't exist anymore. Fuck you, Herc. Fucking Kojiro's got invulnerability for 1 turn, and the dude didn't hit Kojiro once. Fuck, man. Okay, I think we can beat this. We just might need to make a few changes here. Oh fuck, he has Mind's Eye! He sees our moves before we do! Can't hit him! No sure hit. Feels bad. Normally, if Kojiro later gets, 3-turn sure hit, that'd be pretty swell right now. Bye, Ushi. It had to end this way. We're not out of this yet, though. Crits or NP gain? 70, 70, 90 on the damage sway. We're at 28%. Hold on, chat. We gotta escalate the music here. I like how I'm having to really make a tough decision here. Like, NP gain or crits. He's got 80k. I think NP gain. No, I'm gonna do it this way. Maybe NP gain on the next one when we don't have crits. I really wish that Buster card had crit, by the way. So Herc hits for about 4k, but it only has 2 actions per turn. I'm really regretting not going for NP gain earlier. Come on, Herc. Double quick. Double quick. That's not a quick. There you go. Herc on our side, by the way. He knows Kojiro's the best, man. Oh, fuck yeah. This was a real boss fight right here for how weak our account was. I actually had to make a team. I had to actually make a team there. I'm surprised I won first try though. Because I think we won. Uh-oh. I think he's got it. Uh-oh. We got Herc soloed. Oh my god. It was a trap. He just hit us for like 20k right there. Yeah, that's his extra attack. We're pretty dead. Pretty dead. Okay. Okay, Herc. Let's see if we can get Leonidas. I don't know if we want it or not, though. I mean, Ushi was okay, kinda. Tell you one thing we can do. Very minor help, but it's something. My points feels bad. That was a real roller coaster at the end there. I thought we had it, but was a lie. Let's summon Leonidas just so it's more, I don't know, flavorful. Not much difference though. But you know, Leo existed day one. Fine. And we don't have his third skill or anything, so it's all good. Got command codes, but they don't do anything. There's no dots here, so they don't do nothing. It's fine. Okay. Well, I guess George is better because we're not going to get our NP, so if he doesn't kill Leonidas in one hit, your taunt's gone. But it's kind of nice to not have duplicate units and stuff, so we'll go with this for now. Not day one, removed them. It's too much effort, man. Command code UI. I'll remove them while we're in this loading screen. I'll start working on it, but we might fail again. We'll see. But yeah, they don't do shit. Okay, what do we do here? I think I'll wait one turn to evade. We might get lucky and get a bit more out of George. Unlike, well, I mean, there is a chance that David lives long enough for it to come back, and if his skill rank was higher, sure, but because it's not, I think it's very unlikely. So I guess we wait. Good opening hand for David, not for Kojiro, because now we know most of our art cards are not in the deck anymore, so that's gonna hurt him a lot. Fuck, George died immediately. That sucks. And now if I give the evade to Leonidas, that's bad. Wow, that sucks. Uh-oh. This is where Battle of Kimlon makes things so much easier, but again, it didn't exist day one. Like, I'm positive that one did not exist day one. Wow, that's GG. That's so bad, because then, Leo's still alive. I'm just going with George because you could summon a friend's George day one. It was possible. It was just not likely. But George is a lot better because that was like the opposite. You should have swapped them around, right? Like George living longer is fine, where Leo living longer isn't, but they happen in reverse. So. Leveling George actually would be worth it. Because Herc doesn't hit, so if Herc double attacks, there's really no way to keep George alive, even if you do level him. But if he only attacks once, he can survive a hit. So I will level a George. It just makes sense. We'll keep him though low level, like 25 or whatever. But there's a chance it buys you a turn. We'll ascend him, but we won't level him. Like maybe we level him to 30 just to be like on par with everyone else, but. Okay, don't super, no super. No nonsense here. There we go. Recommended level's 40 anyway, so it's fine. To be more authentic, I should really level that George, but I'm too lazy for that, so. That's the higher level one. Because you could ask your buddy, put George in your leader slot, and they'd probably be higher than level 1, but we'll just roll with it. God, Herc living there, man. And then he cast Mind's Eye, man. Poor Kojiro not having his sure hit. Maybe we get an art crit here? We really want George not to die. Don't you? Okay, at least he didn't mind's eye. Well, David could art crit, but not Kojiro. I'll do it anyway. Even at level 1, its cooldown is short enough that we can probably use it again later. Maybe we get some damage in here. I'll take it, that's alright. George getting some value. David's the right call here, even though he's MP1 and that kind of sucks. But the art deck is, that's the only way we're gonna get NP, so. A second George though that could live a bit would be really strong. So day 1, all units were equal in their shitty animations. Herc, please. But now they're not. Can you imagine though if the animations were like this day 1, where you had random units with these awesome animations, and not just high rarity, because if it was all high rarity, people are like, oh, you see, they're trying to get you to wail. But there's like plenty of low stars with great animations like Kojiro and stuff, and Ushi and whatnot. But then there's some other, like, you know, David and all that. It'd be so weird. People are like, what the fuck is going on? But that's the issue. People play this game, they start to get into it now, and they don't know the history of the game, right? And then they're like, what the fuck? Well, he's dead. He just crit for 10k. This is day 1 content, and he just buster crit for 10k. Like, damn, dude. So I can have Nash invulnerability herself, and then there's no way she would die. But I don't really care if she dies. I'd rather save it for, like, giving Kojiro more NP later. I mean, I don't want her to die here, but, you know, there's a chance she'll live anyway, like a decent chance she'll live, so I'd rather use invulnerability next turn. I will be pissed if he NPs her there. I'd rather he NP anyone but her, so. Because the NP will definitely kill her. Whew. Okay, that I did not want to happen. I could have gotten a lot more out of our crit turn than that, and it didn't work out, unfortunately. Wait, why did I even do the art chain? David was... Yeah, I shouldn't have done that. I should have focused on damage there, and just used the art crit on David. That would have been enough. I pretty much wasted Kojiro's stars there. Now, David's sure hit existed day 1, so yeah, we're good on that. Just something he has inherently. Actually a pretty big help here. Unfortunately, we're in P1 David, so it's, you know, like 18k or whatever. If he was just in P2, you know, we'd be looking at like maybe 25, 26k or something. That's a nice extra oomph. $15k. Ugh. So we need Kojiro to not get blasted. He is getting blasted. I don't want to use his evade until he's the only one left. Fuck! I gotta use it though. Oh, that's bad. Damage or NP gain? I mean, if he gets his NP, we're gonna win most likely, but it's gonna be hard to get it. Unironically, Benkei would be useful right now because, you know, a scrubby Benkei would probably at least be high enough to have his taunt. And if someone dies here and then was replaced by Benkei, that would be really helpful. that would actually be good here. David actually getting his second skill back though. How much? Oh my god. Brave Chain versus just a tiny amount of NP gain. I guess the NP gain. Yikes! This is a nail biter right now. Oh, god damn it, Herc. The dream is I get Kojo's NP, then someone dies, and then Caesar could show up and then buff our NP, you know? Oh my god, he's killing me right now. Like, absolutely, literally, he is killing me right now. This is why they changed how they do survival skills, by the way. No! You son of a bitch! I had his NP. Caesar was gonna buff the shit out of him. I think he would have killed right there. What a bastard, dude. But my samurai, I couldn't evade him because he still had David's evade. What do I even do now? We are in so much trouble here. Herc running everything. We had it, dude. If Kojo had lived right there, I think he had it. It's not totally over, but it's probably over here. Let's see. If he kills Mash here, we actually got a shot. Because then I can just evade. No, actually, we got a shot anyway. Okay, we evade Caesar. I think we win. Oh shit. How about the Caesar though? His CE actually ended up being kind of useful too. Hell yeah! Feels good. It sucks that Kojiro didn't get the kill because he was so close. Kojiro still was the MVP here though. Like, no question, Kojiro was MVP. Dude, Kojiro is an amazing day one unit. I've always known that, but now that I'm like kind of mimicking day one again and we're using all, you know, CEs and stuff from day one and we're keeping our levels down, blah blah blah. Like, it's because he gets his evade skill right off the bat. A lot of units have to wait a while to get a hard survivability skill. So he's got that. He's got pretty good start gen for day one. Like shit, he is giving the team consistent crits. You know, very much so. Between his second skill and his NP, it's like you're getting crits. And he's one of, actually he is the easiest unit in the game to get NP 5. And so you're out of the box, you're getting pretty nice NP damage and stuff. I mean, look, you saw it. You know, his NP damage is way ahead of everyone else's. So yeah, Kojiro is awesome. I tell you, it's a great experience if you're a huge Kojiro fan and you grail him, because as his stats start to fall off, because when you get level 60, you can't level anymore, and then he kind of starts falling behind. But if you start grailing him and you just keep going, and then you get his NP upgrade, right? And you just keep going, you don't look back, right? You know, your Kojiro pretty much always stays relevant and is always a nice option. So yeah, it feels good to be a Kojiro fan, man, because you get the animation update and all that. All right, boys, that's a good time to stop. I think we did it. I might. Oh, it's already 11 o'clock. Where did my day go? Fuck. I was like, yeah, maybe we do some Genshin Impact here, Arc Nights here in a minute, but I should. It's almost tomorrow. Excuse me. It's because I started streaming a bit late today. That's why. All right. Well, I had a good time, man. I always have fun when I mess around like this. So good times. Anyways, thank you all for hanging out. Sadly, we won't get to do Hector on stream. That's going to probably be a video, weirdly enough, but I think it will be. But yeah, we'll check out Genshin tomorrow. I think Genshin's got that stream tomorrow, so I'm kind of looking forward to that information. But yeah, thank you for hanging out, everybody. I will see you later. Let's raid somebody real quick. Dude, that's really fun, making Shadow Herc a real fight again, because I feel like we mimicked day one scenario pretty well there, so that was nice. Showing the value of George again, though. Let's raid Fino. Fino's playing some FGO. He's a good guy. Alright. Later, everybody.